up there on the wall.
We're getting there.
You like my lure wall I started up there?
You kind of kept it basic.
You got some basic bombers up there.
We'll get it going. What's up, guys? Everybody, Beasley, Taylor, Castleberry, Melton. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get it started. One of these things we're going to start doing is getting this started a little quicker so we don't have that awkward moment of 1 hour while we're waiting for everybody to kick on. But anyway, welcome to tonight's episode of the show at Fish North Georgia. We appreciate you taking your time to again join us for information and the misfits and the misfits.
I'm always considered one of the misfits.
Always considered one of the misfits.
Yep.
And what's up, Nathan and Walton? Oh, look at that. What's up, Josh, my Westbrook brother?
Yep, that's old Walton right there.
Yeah, he come up to the store the other day. What's up, Ron? So anyway, guys, we appreciate you spending your time with us. For those of you listening to this later on Spotify or iTunes, we appreciate you as well tuning in. And got a lot to talk about tonight on a subject that I don't know. I don't guess we do too good at. I've not done too much river bass fish, so it's something that everybody roll tide. There you go.
Might as well go ahead and say it.
Let me tell you something.
He's the best college football. We can all admit that.
I'd say so.
I heard he could eat boogers about better than anybody too. I mean,
You tell me you ain't never ate a booger,
not since I was about 4 years old.
but you have eaten one.
Not since 4 years
That's
old.
not the question. Have you?
It's a
When I
yes
was
or no
about
answer.
4
Okay,
years
so
old.
It's a yes or no
So
answer.
you know what? You're a booger eater too. So there we go.
It's different when you're 4 years old. and
It's
about
different when you can win
65.
six national
Listen,
championships.
Listen, 7.
That's well, 7 now.
When you win 7 national championships, you need whatever you darn well
You can do
please.
whatever the hell you
Nobody
want.
cares. That's exactly right. So, and Kirby can't get out of his own way. Listen, we could have a whole entire
Let's not even start with college
episode
football.
on college football. And
Hey, at
What's
least
up,
we
John?
aren't any Auburn fans.
you know, my daughter almost went to Auburn.
Well, I'm glad she didn't. Look, she turned out half decent.
She
'cause
turned
of
out
it.
happy. That's right. All right, so guys, let me go ahead and introduce my my crew of the panel of experts, as I like to call them, the panel of experts.
Mm.
Hey, listen, oh, that's right. I forgot Chris Taylor was an Auburn fan. That explains it.
that does.
That explains everything.
Decent guy, but we know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, it's that daggum Auburn. You like Auburn?
No.
Okay, all right.
Oh no.
Well, they're better than some schools out there.
Tennessee.
Huh? The high school team's better than Tennessee.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Never watched talking about Tennessee. My wife might be watching.
oh,
Oh,
Lord, you a
Lord.
Tennessee fan?
No, my wife is.
Well,
Is she
I'm
gonna
sorry.
comment?
I don't know. I don't think she'll have the guts to, but if you start talking bad about Tennessee, she might.
Tennessee sucks.
Tennessee's god awful.
I just want to see if we get her.
They're god
I
awful.
promise to be nice. to her
That
when
whole
she gets on
program
here.
needs to restart again.
Again,
Even though they just did like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
That's right. All right. So, anyway, of course, to my left, I have the one and only Blake Mulletless Buchanan,
I am the mulletless.
who fished Rocky Mountain today and got his butt
Yeah,
handed to him.
I got
Zero.
my ass wore out today. We didn't put a fish in the boat.
Joseph Castleberry still working on that, son. That's a hard blank to get. He's looking for some mega bass +1s or +2, especially some blanks that we could paint. I'm still working on it, buddy. I haven't forgot about you.
eBay.
Huh?
eBay, you can find the blanks.
You say you can till you go to buy them, and then they say out of stock.
Everything's
stop.
out of
What's up,
stock
Charlie?
right now.
Hey, I got some good info for you here, Charlie. You're gonna like here in a second. It's gonna make you make you more pumped up. So, anyway, Blake, like I said, Blake's been fishing all day. Bless his heart, he went to Rocky Mountain.
Mhm.
He had a fish follow. He said,
Yeah,
got a
we had
couple
we had a good fish follow.
"What's up, Fish Hawk?
But that was it.
Good fish follow."
Seen a lot of fish.
Does that count?
That
No,
doesn't
that
count.
don't count. You
So-
can put it in a boat.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, you've seen it.
I
but
mean,
it didn't bite.
I've seen them with a headlight on in the
Yeah.
water.
If you don't put them in a boat, it don't matter.
well, I know it don't count.
But I can't
Cat, but I
weigh
mean,
it.
you went fishing basically skunked.
Yeah, on a lake I've never been to, and
Don't make excuses.
I'm not making
Oh,
excuses.
yeah, he did on a lake I've never been to.
Well, I haven't never
Yeah.
been. But
Did you like the lake? That was a pretty lake.
oh, it's a gorgeous lake. But you know, the funny thing was, I was sitting there talking to Jacob when you're like, and you know, you're always like, got all these hammers on Lanier and all this. You get them on one of these electric lights. Yeah,
It's a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little
Yeah.
different. It's absolutely
gorgeous lake, but I want to go back when it's on, like springtime, spinnerbait fishing, stuff like that, cranking.
Some of these guys can go to that lake tomorrow and catch 28
Well,
pounds.
Mhm.
take me with you because I want to learn how.
Well, it's You throwing one of the right baits. He's throwing A-rig.
A-rig, swim bait, jerk baits, crank baits. Like I said, we had a lot of fish follow our stuff off the bottom of that live scope. We'd see them coming up, but they just wouldn't take it. Would not touch it. I mean, we got a lot of nips early this morning on the A-rigs that's coming up, and they just knocked the piss out of it, but they wasn't taking it for some reason.
Okay.
It was weird.
It's just one of them days, man.
One of them days. I think sunny and wasn't cloudy. It might have been a little better, but
I got you. I've been humbled at that lake as well. So, all right. So Blake's here, of course, and now across from me we got Andrew Murphy with the ABA 35, and just smiling. What are you just smiling for?
Always.
when'd you first turn?
February 27th on Lake Notley.
Why are you here?
Huh?
Why are you here? Do you river bass fish?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. I was just all of a sudden it just dawned on me. I don't know why I invited you.
I like fishing the river.
Can we count Chickamauga and Gunnersville as river fishing?
I
I mean,
guess
it's a
you can.
Tennessee river.
Technically
It's
a river.
technically a river.
You can. Technically, you can.
But, I guess tonight we're talking backwater rivers, correct?
We're talking stuff like that. I
Yeah,
guess.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear. It's going to be good.
All right. And with Westbrook Supply, we've got Josh Taylor. How you doing?
Good.
You ready to do this?
As ready as I think I can.
Listen, he's guys, he don't know what he's about to get into. He's a little nervous a little bit, but after about 10 or 15 minutes, he will you'll loosen up. It'll be all good. We'll have some fun with all this. So got of course a few announcements I've got to make and get some stuff out of the way. I want you guys to listen up to this, and then we will get into the subject matter for the night. If somebody says anything good, let me know.
I got it.
I'm gonna keep paying attention to the camera right here. So guys, I want to remind you again, for the rest of this month, we're still doing selling the AR tickets for the AR drawing for the Marshall family. They're $10 a piece. We have them here at the store, or you can contact Chris Taylor in the comment sections. Still, all that money goes to the family. Certain things don't end. Once we stop raising money, the needs are always there. So they're going to have this drawing. I believe it's going to be January 30th. January 30th, I think, is what he said.
I think that's correct.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll sell the tickets up to that. I'm sure he'll pop off here in the comment section if he's not mad at us for making fun of Auburn. But there he goes. Yes, I knew he would. So
we're still doing the fundraiser for the tumor.
Yeah, we're doing that too.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing that too. So we're doing this one for the rest of the month. So if you want a ticket, $10, get you in the raffle and get you a cool gun. Also want to let everybody know that for one more week, you can donate to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. Josh, if you'll get that link up. Hey, listen, Kevin, there's a story behind these overalls. I'm trying to wait for Stephen Bardet to chime in if he's watching tonight. This is a Stephen Bardet starter set. You understand this? This is a starter set.
Does it come with a Phoenix boat?
Well, and it don't come with the fish either.
Yeah.
Did you see that picture?
Yeah,
of him the other day?
He's happy about this.
He's happy about those
had his chest
largemouth.
boat out.
He had them. All largemouth on Lanier. I'm gonna talk about that here in a
5
second.
largemouth.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a
He
second.
said, I thought spots lived here.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
It's something impressive.
You
But
can
Stephen,
find
I
him.
love you if you're watching tonight. But if not, somebody tell him that I'm trying to be him. So if I could catch fish like him, I'd be all right. So anyway, listen, for the rest of this week, if Josh will put that link up at some point, if you can find it, and I didn't warn you, Josh, so I apologize for that. We'll put the link back up. Next Tuesday night, we're going to have a drawing for 2 FX rods. So you have even if it's $5, if you have given any money to that fundraiser right there, next Tuesday night, we're gonna draw 2 names out of the hat. And each one of you will get an FX rod, courtesy of Chris Taylor, who is our glad those fit you. They don't fit, Chris. I got 5 shirts on, son. Try to make this work. When's the drawing? The drawing for the AR is on the 30th, and the drawing for the 2 FX rods is next Tuesday night. And if Melton's wife, Kathy, can come, I told her she could do the drawing.
Okay.
If not, just let me know. But
those are rods of your choosing, correct?
yeah, if you're choosing, Chris Taylor is going to supply those. Whoever wins will get with you and pick a model out, and we will get it to you. And that's pretty awesome. So both of those things. All right. So that's our 2 fundraisers that we're going, and both of them will end this month. And then we'll pick up on something in February or March like that for another. Now, got some while we were talking about Bardet, let's go ahead and talk about the ABA 125 was on Lanier this past weekend. And here's why we're talking about this. Chris White won it with 16.52 pounds, and Bardet finished second with 16.49. His out of the same boat, guys, So Barday was the boater. Chris White was his co-angler, and they both finished 1-2. I'm not going to tell you what they're catching them on. He just he did tell me. How much are the rods, Cody? Well, they'll run, the value on those rods are anywhere between 175 and 199 plus tax right in there. Is what we were. So you kind of know like that. So
they're worth the money.
They're worth the money. You're not going to find a better rod for the price, in my estimation.
Worth the money.
Absolutely worth the money. But anyway, so I thought that was pretty interesting because Barday, same boat, first and second. The non-boater beat the boater by 3 ounces. But there's a picture of Barday on Lanier, and his entire sack was largemouth. So
it happens.
It does happen, but you know,
it's still funny. You know, people to this day, oh, you can't win a tournament on Lanier. You can't do good with largemouth on Lanier. That's a lie. You just got to find them.
Well, evidently they found him. Do you know anything about white sack? What was it? You know?
I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a mixed bag, but mainly largemouth.
Mainly largemouth.
Oh,
what are you doing?
I was way back.
You're handling the guests.
No,
that's good. I appreciate it. I appreciate you handling the guests. You got to work on these guys. So I do know that East Hall fished as well. It took 21.5 to win. East Hall. And if I'm not mistaken, that was all spots on Lanier.
Yeah, those boys are sticks. You better have a bag every tournament.
Yeah, so that was definitely awesome.
There's
so anyway,
another club out that I heard took 25 to win on Saturday. I don't know what club it was, but I heard there was another club that took 25 pounds to win.
Really? That's awesome.
We need to find that information.
I've spent months without catching 25 pounds. So anyway, congratulations to Chris White and of course Barday, who is becoming quickly a friend of us here at Fish North Georgia. So Barday. So wanted to give a mention out of Josh. We're going to talk about some of the kayak stuff as well, but he does fish tournaments and he wanted me to make sure I mention this, the GAKFL. Which stands for
Georgia Kayak Fishing League.
Simple enough. Georgia Kayak Fishing League has their first tournament February 20th on Lake Sinclair.
Yes.
Ooh, fun.
And so I always think that's pretty cool. Well, you guys fish everywhere.
Yeah.
Y'all can just dump a kayak anywhere though. So I mean y'all fish them.
Yeah, I mean we'll fish, rivers, small reservoirs, big lakes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you looking forward to that tournament?
Not really, no.
Why is that? Just not familiar?
Yeah, I mean, I've never fished that lake before, so it's something I'm not going to have time to go down and figure it out or anything like that. So pretty much the same for every tournament I fish anyway. So
quick question for those tournaments that you do like that: is it your best 5 as length, or how does that work?
Yeah, best 5 length.
Take pictures and measurements and all that.
Throw it on a measure board. Okay. Take a picture.
Okay.
You got like a live tracking system, kind of like MLF, or
so previously we would do where we would just have our pictures and then we would go in for
the
weigh in technically, and we'd show the pictures to the tournament director, and he'd mark them down either on a piece of paper or laptop or
certify them and all that like that.
Yeah, but we are going to be starting to use Tourney X this year, which is the main
tracking
kayak.
Okay.
So live scoring stuff like that.
Chris Taylor, the new Dead Sea, Sinclair is a mud hole now. I don't know nothing about it. We'll have to get some Sinclair guys up there.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah, so there you go. You're looking forward to it now.
Yeah.
Also, just want to shout out everybody. The Electric Elites will start. The season will start this Saturday at Mary Alice. It's going to be cold and windy. Got a big front coming through on Friday, so
have fun, Danny.
It could get. It's going to be cold. I'm rethinking that.
How much clothes are you going to be wearing?
I'm supposed to go naked.
That ain't happening.
No, it ain't
how much clothing are you going to
Well, I'm kind of fat, so I'm pretty good. Josh will have more clothes than me.
I about froze today. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I about froze.
It's the time of the year where if you don't dress right, it can be miserable.
See, my phone said, it's going to be like 55. No, it was about 40 all day long.
And plus, when you get that wind in there too.
Well, we didn't have bad wind over. I guess it's because it's kind of in the mountain. The wind wasn't that bad.
Good Lord, if that smelled like Mexican, my bad. I mean, seriously, that was rough. You was looking right on at me, so I just want to make sure. We all had. What'd you eat? Everybody here had Mexican. What'd you eat?
I had country ham and grits.
Ooh.
Where'd you go?
The house.
The house. That old lady cooked that up real good.
No, she can't cook.
What time do they close?
What time do they close?
24 hours a day.
Wait a second. She can't cook?
No, God no.
You marrying a woman that can't cook?
Did she watch this?
I hope she is watching because she needs to learn how to cook.
Who does the cooking?
My father-in-law.
Oh.
You live with your father-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he watch?
Probably not. He
Okay.
might be.
Tell him thank you, Daddy.
Well,
for the
you
food.
always it's always easy to talk big when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Oh no, he'll watch it tomorrow. I'm sure.
Or listen one.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. Okay, we'll see. So, that's a rabbit hole we might not want to go down too early in the show. Well, I'm glad you had a good meal. You cooked yourself a good meal. So, again,
All right.
Electric Elites, Mary Alice Park. Guys, if you're watching, get there early. We're going to blast off at 7 a.m. Try to be there at 5:45. Make sure you bring, I believe you got to pay to park there. So make sure you like $5. I think that's correct. Make sure you, what are you hunting about? We're just going to stop the for
No.
What- in your
They
own
are
world?
watching it.
They are watching?
I got a text.
You got a text?
Yeah.
Well, again, we appreciate you guys watching. And again, his opinion is not necessarily the opinion of Fish North Georgia or that of its associates. So you're on your own, buddy. You got that? Should
Appreciate
hate
it.
Mexican.
Appreciate the help.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna try, but there's only so much we can do. Make sure you bring your parking money, and of course, dress warm. And as far as I'm hoping it'll be really cold, so that boat show in Baldridge Marina will kind of not be as big as what it could be. So, yeah, scoot off. That's right. We don't really blast off in the electric only world. We scoot. We slide on.
I think he could pedal a kayak faster than what you're gonna be going.
Not me.
I don't know. I don't
Not-
know. them
not
on the back
me.
of that trident.
Not me. All right. So real quick, because I know there's a few guys here that are watching. I put out a few posts today about sponsors. I got two that I want to that you know nothing about, and one that we did discuss earlier today. Two that I put on. Of course, 400 Inc. Kerry Bell, and them at Dawson down there at Dawsonville for all your printing needs and everything. Great guy to know. He will work his butt off. He does killer boat wraps. So if you're interested in getting your boat wrapped, you definitely need to go see Kerry Bell at 400 Inc. But they can do jerseys, apparel, stuff like that as well. But he's been a sponsor, so we're glad that we've had him on since the get-go. But 706 Lures from Royston, Georgia, them Lake Hartwell boys, they're going to come aboard on the Elites, and they're going to provide some baits and stuff like that for what we're going to do is a raffle concept and stuff. But we're also going to sell them here at Fish North Georgia. They got some great shaky heads, underspins, those type of things, and apparel. Are you freezing?
I'm cold, man. I'm like starting to shake. I ain't gonna lie.
Go into my truck, and I got those overalls I wore
It's
last
cold
week.
in here.
Hey,
I
mine
ordered
up
gas.
in the
We're
truck,
getting
too.
heat tomorrow.
It's about time.
Well, I ordered gas.
No, I'm skinnier
trying to
than
talk
everybody
about
around this table. It's cold.
I'm glad I wore my long johns.
Well, last week you wore stuff and he burned up. So
Yeah.
Got my bibs in the back of the car.
Yeah, you want
I
bibs?
might have to go get something. I ain't
well,
gonna
they're
lie.
in my
Mine are
truck,
up there.
so
I might
you can
have
do
to go. I
that.
might
But
have to go.
anyway, we're gonna start selling 706 lures here at the store, and they've been very nice to jump on board with the Elites and help out with some baits and stuff like that. For you guys that are going to participate in the Elites, or if you're coming to watch one of the weigh-ins at any one of our tournaments, we're going to be doing a raffle. Okay, so we will put each week you'll have a prize pool. Or each tournament, not each week. Each tournament, you have a prize pool consisting of Georgia Blade, Softy, True Grit, Chattahoochee Jig, 706 Lures, and any other companies that I can find to jump on board. They will be in that. We'll be selling raffle tickets. And like I said, you don't have to necessarily participate in the tournament to buy a raffle ticket. But if you're there watching a weigh-in, and I think it's a one ticket wins all. That's the way I kind of see it. But we'll have to figure it out. We're going to do a raffle. So that's pretty cool. And so we appreciate you guys up at 706. And we want to, and I told him, I said, now you're my ticket into Hartwell. I want to learn the Lake Hartwell area and get some of them boys down here. So again, we appreciate them guys very much, and we look forward to doing business with them. Now, I talked to, I'm about to pull up his name again. So this is how I work. But I had a gentleman hit me earlier today from Mad Shark Charters. Mad Shark Charters, and they are down in Darien, I think Darien, Georgia. And I want to make sure I get the gentleman's name correctly. David Hust. All right. So David Hust. So their telephone number is 912-580-1234. All right. These guys specialize in doing shark trips, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, anything to do saltwater. These guys can put you on it, and they're going to be a partner of the show. And one of the things that we're going to do is Josh and I are going to go down there and we're going to do a fishing trip with them and film a video and all that and put it on our YouTube channel. So that way you guys can see what they do and you can see, maybe we'll have their numbers, of course, all that, their contact information. So you guys that want to go down and book a trip, be pretty cool to at least have a couple of companies, and they'll be the first one that we've been associated with that does saltwater stuff like that. So Mad Shark Charters, 912-580-1234. Look them up. Actually, I'll put the link to their is this Facebook? No, so this is their web. After the show tonight, I'll put a link up to their website. Now you guys go look at it. It's some pretty cool stuff. So they also do tarpon. It's right here. Look, it says right there, tarpon.
When we going?
So there's our tarpon. So listen, there's our tarpon video or something. Maybe I'll set it up with them. So meeting these guys and getting with them. But I love how the big guy upstairs just brings people into your life and all that. And so we appreciate David reaching out to me today. And I look forward to that because, man, last time I tried to fish, I got seasick. Is that Timothy Hawkins, the fish hawk?
How far out did you go to get seasick?
Oh, dude, it didn't take much. I was drunk.
Oh, well, of course.
Listen,
of course.
St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Of course.
We went out, we left, and we started drinking about Macon. I wasn't driving. And then we went into Savannah and we played poker till about 5 a.m. And then we had to be on the boat at 6. We loaded the entire back of the boat with beer, and we were dumb.
How old were you? This was what, back in your 20s? I don't think
late 20s, early 30s.
That's what I figured. You're an old man now. You can't hang.
Oh
anymore.
yeah, listen though, but I took all that medicine. What's that medicine you're supposed to take for motion
Dramamine.
Dramamine.
Okay, so my wife gave it to me, and I thought, well, if one's good, more would be plenty. I took the whole bottle.
Dramamine overdose on the back of the boat.
I overdosed, and we get going out, and it's 35 degrees. We're going out of Savannah. I should have knew something was up because the big boat we were all getting in didn't start, and he had a backup boat that was 21 foot.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're all in this like Gilligan's Island dinghy, and we start heading out. And it was rough as hell. I'm talking 6 foot waves, and every once in a while, I was on the back of the boat, and I'm laying there, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Just sometimes like I'm pregnant, like I'm about to crank one out. Yeah, seriously. And I said, you know what? If I just puke one time, I'll be fine.
No,
you start,
you don't stop.
4 hours later, dude, I passed out. I finally just passed out. But I can remember, listen, I seen Jesus. I seen Jesus in the water. I seen sharks. Every time I'd see something off in the horizon, I'm like, okay, good, we're going back to land. They've turned around because I was out there. The rest of them are all up there in the cabin getting warm. I'm just dying out here in the fetal position, trying not to fall off the boat. And listen, I wanted to kill that captain because he was, look, it's like, he would let go of the wheel. And we're in rough ass water, just and he'd come back there and take a piss off the back of the boat. I'm throwing up, and I'm like, but I'm clenched so hard with this thing, and my butt's coming. And I wouldn't let go of him. But if I could have got a hold of that man, I'd have killed him. I finally crawled up into the cab, and I passed out. And I woke up when we were pulling back into the docks. I didn't even get the fish.
Man, this is a funny story. When we went out,
free chum. That's exactly right, dude. My Budweiser was my breakfast, man. I had a Budweiser trail.
Tell you what, when we went out last year, I think we went 50 miles out of Sarasota.
Oh, I'd have died.
Dude, we was in a big ass boat. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit. They had bean bags, like giant bean bags you put in the back. And dude, we're just running like as fast as we can. You're just sitting in a bean bag doing this. It was comfortable as hell. I sat there and fell asleep.
Yeah, it was so rough. His first mate was throwing up on the inside.
I'd have kept my ass on the bank.
And then listen,
they put you on that 21 foot boat. I'd have been jumping off.
Oh, it was scary, dude.
Did it at least have 2 engines on the back? Or just the same?
No, man, it was like an inboard kind of thing.
Y'all could have got out there. Engine would have been down.
Gone. It was
Coast Guard.
It was awful. Listen though, and they went on. I passed out, probably drunk, but I passed out.
Oh, you was drunk.
Listen, and I hurt. Oh my, I hurt for 2 weeks after that. My ribs were so sore. But I passed out. I wake up. We're going back into port. All right. Coming to find out, they went all the way out there. They tried to fish for 5 minutes, and it was too rough. They turned around and come back.
So really, you were passed out for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
I don't really know how long I was passed out.
Maybe an hour and a half at the most.
Listen, it was rough, dude. And he still charged us $400.
Oh, I told him to kiss my ass.
He charged us $400.
That
was the worst day because you ever throwed up so much, and after about 10 minutes, you got nothing left.
Yeah.
Try doing that for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I was green, but I'm telling you seriously, I seen the Lord in the water and sharks, and every time I see a big old boat, I see something in the horizon. I'm like, yeah, we're turning back. We're almost there. It'd be a big old Navy ship or big old cargo ship, and I'm just out there, just like, I can't talk. I mean, I'm
He was
flipped out, went crazy. Oh, it was awful.
Gone.
All right. Anyway, enough about my So anyway, I would like for Mad Shark to make me overcome my fear and get back out there. But let's just take some smoother water when we do that. So, and now, so again, thank you, Mad Shark. Now for you guys, I told several guys on the Electric Elite I had a surprise for you, and a surprise sponsor, and I do. I want to, huh? Oh, I thought Josh spoke up. Oh, what?
No.
Oh,
Nobody said
I
anything.
was coming to the crescendo
Let's
right
get
there.
to the crescendo so we can get talking.
All right. You just don't like it when I talk, do you?
I just giving
I
you
got
hell.
all the camera on me right now. You don't like it.
No.
All right. So anyway, guys, I've been telling you that we've been working hard here at Fish North Georgia to continually look for sponsors for the Electric Elite and as well as our show. So I'm just tickled about this one. I'm definitely tickled about this one. Chase Epley. He is the local State Farm representative with Cassidy State Farm. All right, Cassidy State Farm has decided to become a partner with Fish North Georgia. They will be doing some advertising for them. And what was pretty interesting is that in our talk this morning, I didn't realize this. You know, I realized a lot of us in the electric only world, we got some pretty expensive boats. All right, motors and all that stuff, the electronics on your boat and all that. And nobody really talks about boat insurance. And we talked about that tonight. And I think that's one thing that, man, we really need to start promoting as we put more and more money into our boats. But he was also telling me that you could insure rods and stuff like that. And I'm thought, you know what? I mean, of course, I've never owned nice rods till this year, but some of us have $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of rods and everything. And what on your home, your home policy, once you leave your property, they're not covered. A lot of stuff. You lose one in the water, stuff like that. It really is smart. And I hate to say that because I was ignorant of it. It is very smart to insure your investment, your rods and everything like that. And Chase is the man to do that. His telephone number is 678-779-7269. And that goes directly to him. And I'm going to be talking to him. We're going to talk to him about doing some insurance needs here as well. But think about that, guys. Because of all the pirates. Yeah, I'm seriously. Yeah, the guys on Lanier have to have insurance. They probably do, but think about that. Now, we're going to partner with them, and we're going to be doing some stuff, and we're going to be talking more about them and giving you a lot more information. But again, if you guys want to talk to us about it, and definitely I'm going to talk to him about it, and I can kind of relay some of the information. But how does that affect the Electric Elite? Not only are they going to advertise on the show here at Fish North Georgia, but they have agreed, and we're going to have a Cassidy State Farm Classic bonus to the winner, to the overall winning team. Cassidy State Farm is going to add $500 to the pot. So $500 will go to the Electric Elite winner of the Classic, the winning team. So that's going to bring what was already over $6,000, even $500. We're getting close to $7,000 for first place.
Plus, you're doing motors, correct?
Well, motors is for team of the year.
Yeah.
This is one single tournament.
Yeah.
This is one single electric.
Sounds like I need a
Tournament.
10 rig.
Well, you're not good enough yet. You got to go
Taylor,
through
I'm
the
gonna need
process.
that back.
Yeah. So you're gonna need that boat back. But again, it's good people like Chase Epley that are willing to invest in what we're doing. So think about that. You guys are going to fish the elites. That's another $500 that you have a chance to win next July in the Classic. And so we look forward to that. But I definitely look forward to getting you guys information about getting these rods and all this expensive stuff that we're giving away. Again, think about that. 2 FX rods for every winner of every tournament. All kinds of stuff like that. So again, Casey Blanton, good people. That's right. So, hey, they're on board with us. They're on board with Fish North Georgia, and they're now part of the family, and they're part of the family with the Electric Elite. And we look forward to a long relationship with them as well. So, and I still have something else up my sleeve too that I'm still working on, and that should be known in the next. I'm not. Oh, he's getting cut open. It's getting cut open late tomorrow. That's your boat. Your boat's gone, son. They're going to be doing some stuff. So again, 400 Inc. Thank you very much, Carrie Bell. 706 Lures, Mad Shark Charters. for coming on board and working with us. And again, Cassidy State Farm. All right. And especially Chase Epley. I'm saying that right, correct?
He's the man.
He is the man. Super nice guy, is definitely involved in our world, the things that we do. So I'm going to get you some more information, guys, about that rods and insuring your boat. Cause I think, your rods, hey, listen, Ron to each his own, it just depends. I've had some really terrible stuff with other companies. I promise you.
I've used State Farm for everything.
Huh? Yes, State Farm.
Everything.
Yeah. So it just, everybody has their issues, but again, that's just the way it rolls. So we appreciate that. And I appreciate him, if nothing else, stepping forward. And you never know. Listen, you might have just had the wrong situation there, Ron. And maybe a guy like Chase
Give Chase a call.
Give him a call. And
he'll help you out.
I think it will work definitely for the better. So especially just rods. That blew my mind. I didn't even think about that.
They get expensive quick.
They do. So absolutely. But anyway, again, Cassidy State Farm, we appreciate you coming on board to the Elite. So we look forward to doing you a good job, and we hope we represent you well. So how's that? Is that pretty good? I'm talking to you.
Hey, we're 30 minutes in.
30 minutes in?
Yep.
So
we're ahead of schedule.
We're ahead of schedule. Look, I done ran out of notes on that. No, that's not it. So we're getting ready to talk about river bass fishing. You ready?
I guess so.
You ready? You want to go ahead and get the question of the week out of the way?
Yeah.
Now, guys, disclaimer. I did not choose this question of the week.
He never does, guys. He's always got somebody else doing it.
There's
somebody always else.
Yeah, that's Joseph. Seriously, fish finders. Think about it. I just spit all over the place. Think about that, fish finders. All right.
Yeah, I just spent $2,000 on a live scope. I'd like to get that thing insured, and somebody steals it off the front of the boat.
Seriously, you need to think about that. I mean, honestly,
with me fishing these ABAs, I stay at hotels and stuff like that.
Dude, some hotels are sketchy. Yeah, like I try to keep my boat locked up.
Stolen off of my boat, and I don't have insurance. I'm SOL.
Well, think about that. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but even places like Lake Lanier, guys are, things get stolen, all that. So, make Josh talk. He's getting ready to talk. Walton.
Yeah, he needs to calm down a little bit.
He is.
I'm waiting for my chance here. Y'all talk about boats, and it's like talking a different language to me.
Hey, well, some kayaks are boats.
Yeah. We'll ask you. At what point does a kayak become a boat?
We've had this discussion.
We'll get started with that. That's not the question of the week, but come on, big dog. At what point? Because I'm gonna tell you why. We've seen and it's a Hobie. It's 16 to 20-something foot long. Two guys are standing up in it fishing.
Yep.
Got a trolling motor.
Yep.
Hell, it's got everything but a live well.
Yep.
Now, why ain't that a boat?
My opinion is that at the point where you are comfortable enough to not carry a paddle on that kayak, it's not a boat anymore.
People put motors on the back of them.
No, he's saying once you put a motor on it, you don't carry a paddle, it's a boat.
I agree with that 100%.
But see, even when
I asked Walton, Walton Doyle was up here the other day. I asked him that question. Upstairs.
Yeah.
I love asking you kayak guys that question because it's a different answer with everything.
Yep. Like, I mean, it's I'll have a motor on my boat this year for tournament season. I'm still gonna carry a paddle because things break.
Exactly.
So you'd be 3 miles from the ramp that you parked at, and something break, and
oh, good Lord,
stuck.
That is you are stuck. So anyway, Josh decided we gave him the honor of choosing the question of the week. So if this is wrong, these answers are not wrong.
It's my fault.
It is his fault.
Yeah, it's my
because
fault.
I did not know these. I'm gonna definitely just read them off to you. So the prize, again, this is a True Grit question of the week. We'll get you a jig prize pack, possibly jig / some of our True Grit worms, out to the first person who gives me 3. Okay, there's 5 possibilities. I need 3. So the first person to give me 3 of these answers will win the True Grit prize pack. Kayak guys, this is your time to shine. Okay, because I know these late guys are gonna be like, huh?
What is the kayak?
What? So yeah. All right. Name 3 of the 5 Crescent kayak dealers in the state of Georgia. 3 of the 5 Crescent kayak dealers in the state of Georgia. We need to get some like theme music right now. Going like, I don't do Jeopardy music, but we need some theme music. Yeah. Got this pack and it's awesome. Oh yeah. So you got it this morning, Nathan. I said he won, of course, last week. Like
Like
he
always.
does.
He wins every
Like
week.
always.
Dick's, Dugout, and Cabela's. Nope.
No,
Nope.
sir.
Not even
Listen,
close.
that sounds like a bad movie. Justin, what are you watching? No, we don't sell them. Buy, no. Yes, sir. Good. Crescent Kayaks. Yeah, listen, we need the dealers. There's dealers. There are 5 dealers in the state. Like Nathan, I'm sitting out this one.
Appalachian Outdoors.
That's one.
Right? That's one.
That's
Cody's got
one.
Yeah.
I need 3.
So
There's 5 possibilities. And I want all 3 in the same answer. So Cody, you got to write Appalachian again with the other 2. Let's make it a little tougher.
I'm gonna have to do 3.
5. Okay, that's not either one of those.
I'm gonna have to do.
Come on,
3
guys. We done
searches
stumped the
this week.
swab today.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
he stomped a
Well,
little bit.
that's something that somebody's gonna have to look
Coyote,
up.
Appalachian, Westbrook,
Yep.
Jackson Hamby.
Jackson Hamby. Yep.
Coyote,
Dang.
Westbrook, and Appalachian, Kevin Chadwick. You were just, man, you were
Jackson's
so
on it.
close. Jackson Hamby.
Yep.
He's watching. That's
So-
that
somebody
boy from
just-
Kansas.
Somebody just blew up Chris'
Really?
website.
He's
looking
from
at that.
Kansas, and he's watching us.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Quick
Jackson.
with that Google, ain't he?
Yeah,
Well, there you go. So Jackson,
good
We
job,
will-
Jackson.
good job. We will definitely send.
He's been wanting a hat.
Who's from Kansas? I've been wanting to go
He's
deer.
from Georgia too.
Can he set
Yeah,
me up
sir.
with a deer hunt in Kansas?
If you pull a tag, I'm sure he could. You got to put in for
You got to
Kansas.
draw.
Yeah,
Okay, so if I do that, he's my connection in.
ask him.
So Jackson, if I pull a deer tag in Kansas, you got to play. You know, we can come shack up with you.
Yeah, supposed to be going turkey hunting up there this year with him. So
Okay, well there you go. That's awesome. So born and raised, so from
Yeah,
Jasper.
he's
though.
from Jasper.
Okay, well bless your heart on that part, but we definitely will get you a Yeah,
That's a good.
it is. Well, he's almost from Gainesville, so that's even worse.
He
So
can set you up. He said.
Ooh.
we definitely will get you some true grit jigs to this great state of Kansas.
He's an all-around fisher. He does everything.
Does he?
Everything up there.
Okay, well good. What kind of fishing they do up there in Kansas? Just pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. I know.
They have trout.
I'm not sure. I know a couple weeks ago before it got real cold up there, he was wading into one of the lakes and he was catching a shit ton of walleye.
Really?
Like a ton, like wading out, putting like
He can set us
waders.
up. Heck yeah, dude. There we go. I'm gonna start entering some.
Enter for
Try to
that
get a
tag.
tag. You deer
That's a
hunt?
dream state.
No, not really.
Not really.
Nah.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty fun.
Not saying I never wanted to.
You've
But-
never done it?
Well, I mean, a couple times, but nothing to brag about or anything.
Right.
So
It can. Yeah. It can. It can get a little boring.
yeah, well,
It does when you.
I'd rather be. I'm that person that's out on the water when it's 20 degrees and shouldn't be.
Right. There
Like
you
me
go.
today.
All right.
Being an idiot.
Yeah, there
Being
you
an
go.
idiot.
All right.
Been
So,
there.
all right. Since now we've got our answer. Let's talk river fishing.
Let's get into it.
River bass fishing, to be exact. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, like most topics, I don't know a lot about this one. I know that Georgia has a wide variety of rivers and streams, and I know that spots, shoal bass, smallmouth on the Savannah River
Yep.
up that way. I know if you want to catch the slam that Andy Middleton came in here and talked about, some of them odd, smaller species.
Yeah.
You got to get in current.
Yeah. I mean, some places you got to get like real skinny.
Yeah.
Real skinny.
So, what is your area? If you have an area of expertise, or that you spend your most time at,
Yeah.
What are you chasing?
I mean, mainly so. Pretty much the rivers that I like to fish have population of mostly shoal bass, spotted bass,
Right.
largemouth. You get up into the further north ends of the upper Chattahoochee,
Right.
and they can have the Chattahoochee bass, which is they tend to run around 7-8 inches, something like
Little
that.
bitty things.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's
Yep.
a Chattahoochee bass. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Oh, what
Oh,
is it?
yeah.
I mean, is it?
It's just like it's bass, but it's got kind of a kind of like a turquoise tint to it,
Mhm.
and then most of the time, like the tips of the fins are like a reddish
Okay.
color, something like that.
Don't get real big in size.
Not really, no, I don't.
A lot of the smaller stream skinny water fish don't get that big.
right.
So it's a little bit different. So you've got for the fish identification in Georgia, according to the DNR, right here, you have the largemouth bass, you have the Altamaha How you pronounce that?
Altamaha.
Yeah, I don't know.
Altamaha. There's a lot of A's in there.
Yeah.
Can I buy a vowel?
Yeah.
All right, so Altamaha Bass. All right. You've got Bartram's
Yep.
that I've heard of.
Yep.
Chattahoochee. There's a picture of Chattahoochee. Got some red fins. Yeah, kind of. I guess so. Orange, like a red eye, kind of very similar. Because then you do have the red eye bass,
Yep.
shoal bass, smallmouth bass, spotted bass, Alabama bass, which is basically a spotted bass variation of that, and the Sewanee bass, the Tallapoosa bass, and that's the green bass fish. So of all those that I just mentioned, have you caught all of those?
No, Lord, no.
Because I know Andy Middleton.
We've talked a couple times.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Andy's been on the show several times, and I think he is only missing one.
Yeah.
What is that?
I forget which one. He actually hooked it.
Hmm.
So he actually hooked it, and then he got off, so he didn't count it.
Yeah.
I think so. But you're basically going for the largemouth and the spots
Shoal bass.
and the
yeah.
shoal bass. So what's your favorite river to fish in Georgia? If we could pick one to start this episode off with, and talk a little bit about it, where are you fishing?
I mean, if you say favorite or most fished, I mean, my favorite would probably be a toss up between the Ogmuggy and,
you're down
and the
south.
Flint. Yeah.
I see you're shoal bass fishing down there.
Well, yeah. I mean, rivers up here got shoal bass too, but it's just something about those rivers down there. Just such a great habitat for them,
Right.
and they just, the rivers up here, they don't. Which it might be something I'm doing wrong, but they just don't seem to give you that quality fish like the rivers in Middle Georgia will.
You fished the Etowah or the Coosa or any of those?
I've fished the Etowah before, and I want to say it was a couple years ago in August, and I had a heck of a day and just tore some spotted bass up that
I
day.
believe it.
Yeah.
I'm talking. I probably caught, and a good day for me, I probably caught 3 or 4 that were 18-inch plus.
Good
spotted
fish.
bass. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
fish.
That's real good for a spotted bass.
Yes.
So Jackson, his stuff is good. I enjoy him.
So let me ask you this. It's kind of off the wall, but we used to go to a little church up in Suches, and I don't remember that creek that used to run by that church, but I used to go out and throw crickets and catch I don't know if they're bass, bottom feed or whatever, but they had horns on their head, and my dad called them a horny head. So I know them as
yeah.
horny head.
Yeah.
What are those?
I mean,
They're horny heads.
well, Philip.
Have you ever seen one?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, are they,
Trout fish.
Yeah, I
they
think it's
all
like a
the
trout
Actually,
species. Yeah.
Philip
Yeah, Philip's
Hutchinson
on
is
there,
great.
yeah.
Philip, what exactly is the proper name for a horny head?
Those things are wild looking, man.
Yeah.
I thought they were the coolest thing when I was a kid catching them up there.
All right, so how far up the Etowah have you gone?
So I've fished so the section of
Chubs,
Etowah.
Creek Chubs, that's what
Okay.
they're.
Yeah. Section of Etowah that goes through Dawson Forest. I've floated and fished that.
Right by what?
And then a little bit like around ball ground area, stuff like that.
Okay, so you haven't done it from the Allatoona area up towards Romeo.
No.
And see, I think that's supposed to be one of the hot spots.
Yeah. So
Right.
we did do a float. So with the Westbrook crew, we kind of get together, at least try and get together one time a summer and do some type of crew float.
Right.
And we did float. I want to say, I think it was Hardin Bridge
Right.
to 411. We all did that float. There was probably like 22 of us or something like that.
Okay.
And it was,
Good time.
river was all muddy. I didn't catch squat, maybe one, but, that's about the extent of my knowledge of the Etowah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so
So you said you've done a little bit of river fishing too.
Yeah, coming out of Allatoona all the way up to around Bowling Park, Highway 5 Bridge.
Okay,
Yes.
so is that still considered? Is that considered the Etowah, or is
Yes.
so it's not
After you
considered-
cross Knox Bridge, that's where I consider the Etowah. If
Right.
you look at a map, that's where it turns to the Etowah
Yeah.
River.
that? Okay,
But I've done a lot of fishing up there.
I got you. Now, how does that differ from just being down just a few miles into Allatoona, or is it similar?
Usually how I look at river fishing is you're going to hear over zero. You're going to go up there and you're going to catch 12, 15 pounds,
Right.
sometimes 8 pounds if you're lucky, or you may go up there and not catch fish.
I got
So
you.
really it's more the risk factor going up there in a tournament.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's worth it.
Okay.
I've river fished one time. I used to date a girl, and she had some family that lived. Shut up, Danny. she had some family that lived.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was a long time ago. She had some family way down in South Georgia, and we went out with her uncle or something like that. And we put in like a 19-foot trident. And when I say we're running up the river, my asshole was so puckered up, you couldn't get a nail up it. I mean, he's 60 miles an hour up this river, dude, and you might be able to fit 2 boats sideways in this thing, just wide open.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that reddish color water, gorgeous looking water. Never seen anything like it. I don't know if it's from the sediment in the river or not, but we got up there and we was catching those snakehead things. That's always catching, just flipping brush hogs. And when those things
I
bit,
thought those things were like invasive.
Where at?
way down South Georgia.
Oh, okay, South Georgia.
Yeah,
They're called
this-
bowfins down there.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, the
Way South
snakehead.
Georgia,
Yeah. They say okay.
But dude, those things,
I'm like, they ain't up here, but
you flip them brush hogs in.
uh-huh.
Oh man, it's just
Oh, there's
Yeah.
big. There's big bowfin.
take you for a ride
in the
dude.
Flint.
Yeah.
There's big bowfin in the
Fun.
Flint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a whole
Yeah.
nother. That's a whole nother episode right there.
Mhm.
My river experience is pretty much limited to Brushy Branch up there, just on the Alabama line where the electric opens. You can go out into the Coosa.
So that is
And-
it runs into the river, or is it?
Yeah,
is
no,
a river?
basically Brushy Branch is just like an oxbow lake that's
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
off the Coosa.
And that's on y'all's tournament trail.
On electric bass opens, they go
Okay.
fishing. A lot of the electric only trails will make a stop up there, and a lot of guys go up there and crappie fish and stuff. And
Okay.
it's easy access to the Coosa. But the big thing with, I guess, whether it's a big river, because by that time you're coming out of Rome, that's a big river.
Yeah.
Or you're up here in a smaller river, is the current.
Mhm.
I will say on the big river, some of the guys we fished with weren't getting any bites. And evidently the day before they had let some water out down at the dam on the Allatoona. So the current had finally got up there. And the second they started feeling their boats move, the bite kicked on.
Yep.
So there's about that current that triggers those fish. So I'm going to ask you this question. What are you using in current to trigger a bite? Are we using jigs? What are we pitching here? What are we doing?
So mainly, like when I'm targeting bass in a river, I'm mainly throwing moving baits.
Mhm.
If I feel like I need to slow down, I'm probably throwing a shaky head or a Texas rig, some type of worm most of the time, trick worm.
So you're fishing basically the same stuff.
Yeah. And normally, it's really akin to kind of like trout fishing too, to where, you're focusing on, making your presentation upstream and bringing it down past whatever you're trying to target. Say if it's a rock with a good eddy behind it, where you want to bring that bait down past that eddy so that fish can jump out and
Right.
ambush it, or if it's a big lay down on the bank or something like that. So mainly most of the stuff I use on the river, say spinnerbaits. I absolutely love throwing a spinnerbait on the river because it's easy to pitch up into something real fast and bring it back and hit the next target. Because a lot of times, the only time if I'm anchoring up into a river is where if I missed a piece of target that I want to hit and I've had to turn around and paddle back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so spinnerbaits, chatterbaits. Sometimes if you get real squirrely, you can start throwing bigger stuff like big swim baits, stuff like that.
Now, what about when you find like the deeper holes, and the river swings and stuff? I mean, are you throwing like a jig into that hole, or what are you doing? Because I know there's some rivers and stuff, they got some pretty deep holes in them.
Yeah,
in the bend of the river, something like that.
yeah.
So what would y'all do then?
I mean, normally, so like me per se, I'm not really big on throwing jigs on the river, but I like just about everybody else that I fish with does.
Mhm.
So if you get like a channel swing bank that's got a lot of rock on it or something like that, they'll chunk a jig up in there, and most of the time that rock will have some type of undercut. To where if you get that jig just in the right spot, or you get that Texas rig in the right spot, it'll suck that lure up under
that cut.
into the undercut, and there's usually something up under there waiting to jump out.
Eric Thurman said spoons. That's kind of interesting. How about that? You ever tried spoons? And I'm assuming he's saying in the same places,
Well, probably in
we
those
talked
deep
about that.
holes.
Deep holes.
Yeah, like those deep calmer holes.
running a big flutter spoon through it.
yeah.
Or I assume it wouldn't be a jigging spoon. So a flutter spoon like that. So
Or maybe a like lipless crankbait.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. How about you there, Murphinator?
I fish with a jig.
That's all you fish with, ain't it?
I mean, I'll fish with some moving baits.
Well, I guess for the
Now,
tournament guys, if you're in a river, you're literally looking for cover, wouldn't you?
Not necessarily. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll run up as far as I can go, and I'll let the current bring me back down.
Mhm.
I'll go to where that whitewater starts, as far up as I can possibly go, and just let the current bring me back. And as I'm coming back, I'm flipping every time my bait comes in, I'm flipping, whether it's on a piece of chunk rock as big around as a basketball, or whether it's on a 30-foot long blowdown that's hanging out in the middle. I'm flipping on it. And that's basically what I'm doing. Now, if I get into some of those corners like he was talking about, I'll throw a rock crawler, or I'll flip my jig depending on the current, or a spinnerbait depending on the cover around it. But that's
How about what Kurt Wee Hunt's got? Y'all, you guys throw god awful whopper ploppers and top water in the summer.
I throw salmon.
Listen,
That's
we'll
it.
do this
Here we
every
go
Dad
again.
Blast episode until they pull the things off the market.
Buzz bait over whopper plopper.
Yep, buzzbait. Up the
How
river.
about you? 'Cause
Man,
they're
I'll-
each to each his own.
I'll
Teach his
tell
own.
you what, I had so the year that I started throwing a whopper plopper, I had one of the best years on the river I'd ever had. Hasn't happened since then. Like,
One
I don't
time
know.
done.
I guess it was something to where the fish was like, hey, I've seen that before, or whatever. But I had a good year this year on a buzzbait up on the upper hooch. So,
I got that. Jeremiah called it best river bass lures or spinner baits, jigs, top water, and a flipping stick with either a brush hog or a D-bomb. Most other baits get snagged. I will say this. Listen, Casey, it might work, son, but I can't stand. It's
like my
annoying too.
buzzbait.
Huh?
I like
love
my
a
buzzbait.
Yeah.
I like
It's
buzz
so
baits
aggressive.
too.
You can't go wrong.
What's up, girl? Everybody say hey to my daughter right there. She had
Hey.
to make
Hey,
her
Tatum.
appreciate, her appearance.
What was that you saying about her earlier?
How much I loved her.
Are you sure that's what it was?
That's
was
exactly
that what
what I
you
said.
heard?
I don't think I heard that.
I don't
Guys,
think
I'm
so.
gonna tell you what, it's a long walk home where you guys are going now. So just remember that. So
Not me.
not you.
Not me.
You may be
Yeah.
able to get a ride.
Yeah, you might can. So hello to all the girls at Barry. Sorry that Tyler Bird is not here. Tyler, all the girls at Barry love him, Bert. Seriously, that's it. But I tell you what, now when we were fishing Brushy Branch, now we're saying current. A lot of people think the rivers and stuff like that, but Josh and I, we weren't getting any bites at all until we went as far up. I think it's Dry Creek, or no? What creek is that, Josh? What's the other one? Do you remember? Dry Creek, I think it was. Till it got to where it was just a couple boats wide.
Yeah.
And in a bow started. I got mad because I wouldn't get anything. I started throwing Texas rig. I went old school, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. So they were sitting in that bend, and there was some brush, but current.
Yep.
It was all about, even though it was a slow moving creek going in there was still some current, and that's where those fish were sitting in that tournament as well. So I guess even if you're flipping and you're pitching and all, if it's just in the standing water that's stagnant, ain't moving, you still got a better chance of getting bit if you've got some movement, no matter what you're pitching.
If you think
Current makes
about it,
fish bite.
if you think about it, when they pull a lake and get that current moving, even if you're on the main lake, it's gonna fire the fish up.
Look at
99% of the time, the fish bite better.
Look at
when
Chickamauga
the-
and Gunnersville.
Yeah.
As soon as they start pulling water, them ledges are.
If
on
you
fire.
watch that
Yeah,
generation
gotcha.
schedule, whenever that generation schedule's at its peak every day, that's when the fish eat.
Mhm.
That's when the fish bite the best.
So
if you get up into that, if you
Makes
get
them
up
think.
into that moving water,
Right?
like I was talking about the white water, you get up there where that current's moving through there, that's where they're gonna bite.
Well, let's do this, because you mentioned a couple rivers down south. Now, I would venture to say that most of the people that are watching this don't have experience on the Flint or the Okmulgee. I know I haven't. Okay, so I've driven across them a time or two. That's about it. So we could talk about that on the Chattahoochee, but let's cover something that we don't normally do. And you like those rivers? You said that.
Yeah,
that
oh,
was
yeah.
your favorite. So
Yeah.
let's talk about the Flint.
Okay.
Now, because to me, I think of Flint River. I think of two things: that Goofy Luke Bryant song, all right, and I think catfish.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of catfish derbies or something. Why do they call tournaments derbies?
I don't understand that.
Is that
I
a Yankee
never
thing?
have. I don't know if it's a Yankee thing or not. I've never understood
Tournaments,
why they
derbies.
called it a
A lot of
derby.
guys up here call
They
the
do.
tournaments derbies. Hey, you guys got a derby this weekend?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I've seen guys posted on the Fish North
Any
Georgia
derbies?
side,
any derbies?
Alatoona tournament side,
Yeah. So anyway,
so
so
page.
okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk a little bit about the Flint, because I just think that's interesting.
Mhm.
All right, so your main species down there you're going for is what in the Flint River?
So really the main targeted species on the Flint's gonna be shoal bass.
Shoal bass.
Yeah.
Okay.
They still got spots and largemouth, but most of the time, 90% of the fish I catch on the Flint's shoal bass.
So if we're talking shoal bass, we're talking skinny water or faster moving water, right?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. No, on the down, when you get down past Atlanta, the rivers more so open up and widen, and they're not so much skinny like up here,
Right.
and they kind of slow down too. But yeah, mainly shoal bass down there, but they do have spots and largemouth too.
Okay, because that's one of the things on our Fish North Georgia bucket list is shoal bass. So if we were going down there to the Flint instead of up here north of Lake Lanier to catch them, let's just say we're going to do it on. What are we doing? How are we going to target the shoal bass down there?
So without giving away too much information.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You don't have to give us the best secret, but give us something.
So I would say, if you're fishing mainly, so down in the lower middle Georgia rivers like that, a lot of times instead of targeting, say, stuff that's on the bank, a lot of the fish there like to hang out in the middle of the river. So anywhere you're seeing any kind of eddies or current breaks, throwing maybe if you want to throw like a top water,
right?
A spook works really well. Whopper plopper works really pretty good.
Listen,
you guys must be sponsored. That should have been one of the bucket list things.
Yeah,
for you to catch a
fish on a whopper plopper.
Yeah, even if it's a farm pond.
Yeah.
Just to see you do it.
We got a pond. I got a pond behind the house that I'm pretty sure you can go down there right now and catch fish on a whopper.
But what would I have accomplished?
You caught a fish on a whopper plopper.
But
it might change your view on it.
Yeah, no, it ain't gonna change
it.
It
ain't gonna change. Got off of annoying this sound.
All right. See, I like a booger man buzz bait. So that's
a booger man buzz.
Booger man buzz bait.
All right. So
I like that loud, deep pop. That's what I like.
Should I go down that rabbit hole or just
no? Don't.
Let's move on.
Let's
move on.
Okay. Plop it, Danny. Plop it, Danny. There you go. We'll get a bumper sticker made up called "Plop It."
It says "Whopper Plopper." Put it on the back of your truck, or a tag, that says
I've got a few that I'm gonna buy. If you do that, I know where to come from.
I say if Danny's view ever changes on the Whopper Plopper and he just falls in love with it out of nowhere,
it ain't gonna happen.
He needs a tattoo. He needs a Whopper Plopper tattoo. If it ever changes, he needs a Whopper Plopper tattoo.
Tell me that. Would you throw a Berkeley Chapo?
It's the same thing.
No,
you're not supposed to say that, man.
Well, he knows. Golly. He owns a tackle store.
No, I'm that anti Whopper Plopper.
What about a buzz bait?
Yeah, I throw buzz baits.
What's the difference?
One is a buzz bait and one's a Whopper Plopper.
They do the same thing. You just run slower.
Yeah, listen, but I just listen.
Plop, 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 plop.
This episode's going to crap in a hurry, right?
You should hijack his phone one day and make that like a ringtone or something for his life.
No, I'm just anti Whopper Plopper. So about halfway through the episode, I have a couple of notes that I want to do. I want to make sure to tell everybody too that I forgot to do this earlier. And Josh is going to remind me that I forgot to. We would like you to go to the Electric Elite Facebook page and give it a like and a share so that you can keep up with the action this year. I was sitting there thinking to myself, and all of a sudden, you get that, oh my goodness, I forgot to say it, and Josh told me to say it. So wanted to make sure that I got that out there. And so we'll continue, and as something else pops up into my head, I will definitely remember that. So the evil dreaded Whopper Plopper. That's right. So let's do this. All right. When you're throwing your Whopper Plopper, I'm going to give you some Whopper Plopper love for a second.
Okay.
Sounds again like another bad movie, but whatever. Whopper Plopper love. You just fan casting that joker, or are you actually trying to do something strategic with your Whopper Plopper?
Really it's more of a search bait, trying to figure out what they're relating to, what they're around. I mean, you can, if you're good enough, you can throw it up in the tightest, cover you can find or whatever, right. Bring it out. And then also bringing it, cross current coming across the river. That's real effective too.
Okay. How'd you get your start in kayaks?
And
that was one, I like reading the comments, but that's just for me. Nobody's mentioned it, but how'd you get it?
I mean, honestly,
wait a second. Jonathan got a cabin on Flint River. Is that right, Blake?
Yeah, that's my cousin. He's got a big hunting club and it backs right up to the Flint and everything.
Why ain't we down there?
Hell, he won't even take me down there.
I wouldn't take you either, but he let us go.
It ain't gonna happen.
Okay, all right, never
It
mind.
won't-
then.
it won't happen.
People in the Flint are very protective over there.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That they like what they got going on down there.
Yep. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at
That
all.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, how'd you get started kayak fishing?
So really, it started out coming from trout fishing.
Oh, you're one of them guys.
Well, I
no
mean,
wonder you throw a whopper plopper.
not like that. No. I mean, I used to fish for trout, mainly just to go out early in the morning and do something,
Right.
and just throwing spinning gear with corn or rooster tail, something like that.
Right.
And there'd be times where I'd be standing on one side of the river and casting and be like, dang, that's a good hole right over there. Or, I'd be driving and I could see something down, and I'd be like, I wish I could get down there. And I was like, maybe I should get a kayak. And I got my first kayak and I did my first trout river trip, just to short float by myself.
Right.
And I might have fished for trout out of that kayak maybe 3 times.
Okay.
And I actually had a buddy that I traded a gun, a pistol for one of those pontoon blow up float.
One of the
Float
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Teton things.
I would
Yeah,
not get
yeah.
in one of those things.
Well,
Like they're
yeah, I
sketch,
mean,
right?
Well, no, I mean, it's like you got that guy, his name's Jeff Hale. And he actually told me, he's like, hey, they do bass tournaments out of kayaks, right? And I said, huh? And he said, yeah. And I said, I need that info.
Yeah.
And that was it, man.
I need in it.
And it was like I started bass fishing. And then my buddy Austin Smith, I saw him say something on here about topwater fishing.
Luke Bryan might let you. There you go.
But he actually, talking with him on Facebook, he actually got me hooked up with my first tournament.
Now, Nathan. Okay, so Nathan actually used. Oh, listen, that's what I use on the river. They're stable and comfortable. Okay, all right, but listen, how I mean, they're stable and comfortable, but how
What if one of the
I mean,
pontoons-
you blowing something up. How durable are those things?
I mean, the one that I had was real. I mean, like I said, I never used it at all, but I'd pump the daggum thing up and it'd stay pumped up.
You throw
full
that
pressure
whopper plopper, it'd probably get
yeah,
stuck in it.
yeah. Treble hook stuff wouldn't be too hot to use on it, but
You catch a rock just right in one of those pontoons. goes
Seriously,
down.
absolutely.
Yeah,
These things
yeah.
are pretty durable. Here's something too that I think that I've seen it in the comments. I've been trying to keep up with some of the comments. And they're talking about the dams on the rivers
Mm.
and how they affect it. You'll have one, between, once you put a dam in it, how it changes the species and stuff like that. So
yep.
you fishing more on, I would say the Etowah is your main
Etowah,
river.
yep.
Is that, you haven't fished the Etowah before Allatoona?
I have once or twice, but not like really gotten into
Okay,
it.
so you've never come on up towards
No.
Canton and all that stuff. So you're
Well,
more.
Never towards like Cartersville
Oh,
side.
you've never gone to Cartersville.
I've been on like
side.
the Knox Bridge side of
Okay, all right.
Etowah, like where it's coming out, or well, I guess it's coming
top
in,
of Allatoona.
On
yeah,
top of
on
it.
top of Allatoona.
Now, Josh has got one of them things.
Yeah, well, that's a float tube.
That's a float tube. That's not what they're talking about. This thing,
Yeah.
the thing they're talking about, it's got a chair.
Yeah, it's got a
Josh, how many
seat.
times have you used that?
Zero.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that's some.
It was cool though.
Well,
He
that's
just
some
couldn't
crazy
help
stuff.
himself.
So,
He had to buy it.
how do you think though that would differentiate between with the dam and all that? How does that affect it at any or does it at all?
I mean, it does affect it.
Right.
You can definitely tell a change in the current when they're pulling water. You can tell there's more water coming out that river.
But you're in a boat most of the time.
I'm
When
in a
he's in
boat.
a kayak.
Yeah, I mean, the boat's
He-
going to be floating.
a boat.
I understand.
Well, you think about it, a 20-foot boat is going to get pushed a lot quicker down that river than a 12-foot kayak or a 14-foot kayak.
Really?
You get a little,
You
you
think
get a little
so?
bit sideways with how deep it's sitting in the water. It's
Yeah.
going to push it a lot.
Yeah, because the kayaks are, most fishing kayaks, they draft. They're drafting maybe an inch of water,
Yeah.
2 inches of water,
I'm
something like that.
drafting in about 2 foot of water,
Yeah,
3
yeah.
foot of water.
Okay, so that
So,
makes sense.
yeah.
Now, do the dams down in South Georgia play as much a part in it as they do up here?
So I know, like up here, we don't have say the Upper Hooch or the Chestatee.
Right.
We don't have any big impoundment dams or anything like that up this way. Now I know there is one on the Etowah. I forget what it's called. I think it's Thompson Dam or Thompson Mill or something like that. It's like in between Cartersville and Canton, I think. But like down south, I know that there is one. What they say about those type of dams is that it creates two type of ecosystems. So like right there below the dam, if you've got real shallow water, and then right above the dam, it's got that, like
Deep pool.
Yeah, there's deep pool, like above Lake Juliet, on the Ogmuggy right there in the town of Juliet.
Okay.
There's a dam right there that usually you can get some good shoal bass right there below the dam.
I got this one right there. His comment, Jeremiah's comment, that it turns largemouths off when the gates are open. It turns other species on. Largemouth hate heavy current.
Yes.
Really?
I agree with that
Right.
to an extent.
Okay. Well, what's your extent?
Like he was saying, with like the rocks sticking up, blowdowns and stuff like that, they'll get behind it and they'll lay behind it. If anything that'll deter the current. So I mean, it could have real heavy current on this side, but on this side of the blowdown have no current at all.
Yep.
They're going to lay on this side and they're going to wait for something to come by and they're going to jump out and eat it.
But you would consider a largemouth a lake bass. I mean, more of a lake type fish.
Well,
it's natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's natural, yes.
Because
There
so
it is. Thompson Wormer Dam, yeah.
Just south of Cartersville. Okay. All right. I did not know that existed. So there you go. So shoal bass, smallmouth, and spots don't mind the current much.
No.
That makes sense to me.
Yep.
There's a spots and shoal bass and all that. Will they move around in that current a lot, like swim up and down?
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I didn't know if they'll just kind of sit there behind that rock for a while. But
No.
move.
Like, throughout the year, there's actually a guy's named Stephen Patrick, and he works with the UGA and does shoal bass studies, and he's done a lot of studying on the hooch to where they're going up there, and he'll go out with a group of volunteers in kayaks or a group of students from UGA with electrofishing packs, and they'll either wade the river or float the rivers, and they'll catch shoal bass and tag them.
Really?
And
Track 'em?
I mean, yeah.
Really?
And so he's got a group set up on Facebook to where, when you're floating the hooch or whatever, bass that are tagged, that you can record the tag number.
Yeah, I see that.
And shoot him a message. Yeah.
Now, does he have any kind of website where you can get on and actually see how far the fish are moving?
So normally I haven't seen anything like that. But if you shoot him a message with that tag number, like I've done it several times, I'll shoot him a message with a tag number, and he'll say, yeah, that fish was caught at so-and-so on this day at this time. And it'll be, 4 or 5 miles upriver where I caught it from.
Gotcha.
Okay. So they'll go up and down.
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. So
And that guy right there,
which
Casey
guy?
Blanton,
Yeah.
that is a river fishing fool. He fishes the river whenever he possibly can.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's here.
And he's here.
All right. There you go.
If he's really here, I'll trade out with him.
That good, huh?
He's that good.
Okay.
Well, we kind of
He's-
talked about this upstairs. And,
He's a good one.
I feel like it's a decent discussion. Let's talk about fish
Yeah.
spawning in the river.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. What do you think? Or maybe how? Because
Yeah.
we know they have to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, that's a good question. I'm listening.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at comments. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, everything that I've heard, they have done research on it. Everything that I've heard as far as that is they'll spawn up in an eddy or in a shallow current spot where there's not very much current. I've heard that they like to spawn on, like pea gravel, some type of smaller gravel, something like
Get his
that.
butt
stuff
on
like
over here.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
propane tank.
Hey,
you do
come here.
everything. Hey, Casey, come here.
Put that
Hey,
under
get
this
some meat
table.
Going. Listen, you guys, you salties
So
like that.
Hey.
All right. So
He
okay.
asked me if he wanted. I didn't think he'd really bring it, but he asked me.
And you said yes.
And he said, "Y'all look like you're freezing. You need me to bring you a heater?"
Hey,
And I
listen,
said,
this
"Yeah,
is the
we're
last day. I
freezing."
ordered gas today.
I ain't got to be down here shivering no more.
Right. Yeah.
Listen,
It's like, why are we doing this without
man,
getting
you
paid?
deer
Right.
hunt.
I got a lot more clothes on
I
when I'm
got
deer
a
hunting.
buddy heater.
I don't.
I
I ain't,
bet
I
you
ain't that
do.
big of a sissy.
Yeah, I climb up in my shooting house with my buddy heater.
See,
That ain't
he's one of
funny.
them. Shot that buck at 300 yards. Didn't even know I was around. He's one of them.
Well,
Nah, I can't shoot that far. I can't see that far.
it is what it is. All right, so
It
100,
is what
100,
it
120 yards. That's as far
hey,
as I
get
go.
on over here, son. I heard you the expert on
Get
river
over
fishing.
here. You know
You're the river fishing pool.
we've been wanting to get you on here, and look, you just show up. Oh yeah,
Come here,
you
man.
put
Give
that
it-
thing right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give it to
bring it
Blake.
over here
He's the
beside
one,
me.
he's the one
Yeah.
griping about
Hey,
things.
Casey, come on, get on
Get
up.
over here,
Casey.
Casey.
Casey, come here for a
Introduce
second.
yourself. Casey,
come
you're
here.
a hammer. Come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Sit down,
Tell us
son.
some stories. You're a hammer. You used to not be able to catch no
Welcome
fish,
to
but
the
now
show,
now
Casey
you catch
Blanton.
them.
He was.
Pull your mic up.
You got to
get
stand.
comfortable.
You got to pull it about right
Get
here.
comfortable.
Like right here. Look at it.
Nah, a
Get
little
it
closer.
closer.
So everybody
Close.
can.
Get it
There
close.
you go.
Look at that. Now listen.
There you go.
This is the hammer.
Listen, just over there, he's
I had-
been commenting, and now he's here.
I was worried about how cold y'all were. Y'all shivering. Y'all need to loosen up. You know what I mean? Y'all look a little
Look
tired.
how much clothing you got on.
Well, I've been.
Listen,
I've been
fine.
working.
I'm fine. He had a hard day of fishing, so he's
I'm
tired
still
down here.
chilled to the
So
bones. I ain't gonna lie.
he said, Andrew said, you the man on the river.
I heard y'all talking about the Etowah. That's just
Get up
that's
closer
my
to the
heart.
mic.
That's my heart. Right
The
there.
Etowah's your
Etowah.
heart?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk the Etowah.
Let's hear it.
What part of the Etowah are we going to talk about?
I like the traps down to about the mouth of Shoal Creek.
Okay, where's the traps at? For
Right there
those of
around
us that don't know.
Keysburg. If you can ever get in a jet boat, the river gets up, so they get to pull in the current. The way how they were talking about that spinnerbait bite, and
Right,
hear some of those older folks talking about it. That's
it.
that bite.
All
That's the
right,
bite that
so
they're looking for. It's a fun one. This time of year, the red crankbait, everybody runs to that and stuff like that. But those crawfish eaters up there, they're serious. You know, this
listen,
time of
man,
year.
that's a good vibration going on tonight.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
August, I heard them talking about August earlier. August is it's awesome. I know you hate the whopper plopper, but what you need to do is in August, you need to put in, you need to float down with nothing but a whopper plopper in your hand. It'll
Mhm.
change your mind.
Yeah.
Gonna have to
Why don't
get
Right
you
on
just
the
take
bank.
me? Why don't you
Right on
just
the
take
bank.
me?
We can go. That's my stuff. I love that stuff.
good Lord, son. Did you hear that one?
There he is.
Huh?
You said you couldn't hear it.
I know it, but we could hear it here. They just can't hear it on the thing.
Get him.
That's
Tell him about it.
Where you going?
Tell him about it, Mark.
About what?
Oh,
Where
he
you-
just
where
made
you
he
going?
made- He made a
Where you
He
going?
took off running.
he he's getting undressed. Hold on a second. Hey, you gonna sit back down, right? I don't even know what's going on. We've lost control of the show.
Hey, we're an hour into it. It's
All I
about
got-
time.
Yeah, we can hear it too. So there you go. Ron did hear it that time. So there you go.
Sorry, I ruined it.
You ruined it. They couldn't hear it last time. So
I'll leave.
all right. So he's going Josh Blue.
Casey
Who
was
is Josh Blue?
Casey was giving out some information.
Look, hey, you leave him alone.
I'm
We
just
got
saying.
fish to catch Sunday.
Okay, so you fishing with him Sunday?
You're gonna be on Lanier.
It's different. I mean, it's the same but different.
Same but different. He said, "What?" He said,
There's a solid 10-pound bag over there somewhere.
"Oh, you're on Alatuna,
No.
Oh, Lanier.
That's Lanier.
Lanier." There you go. Who is Josh Blue? Somebody said he looked. He goes, "Dang, he looks just like Josh Blue."
I have
Josh
no idea
Blue.
who
Well,
that
Chris
is.
Taylor said it, and I don't even know who that is. But Kurt Wehunt
he
said a
told-
fellow whopper plopper.
He told me something about I look just like somebody when he come and pick that boat up from my house.
Oh, you or Casey?
No, he said something to me. Chris did, but I don't know.
Okay,
He
well,
may be talking about Casey.
whopper plopper was good before everyone under the sun was throwing it. Does make the buzz bite better though.
Buzzbait.
Yep.
Buzz bait better though.
Yep.
I just will tell you this, I've caught more fish on a buzz bait.
Mhm.
I refuse to throw that whopper
For
plopper.
y'all guys that'll take a buzzbait and put it on the radio
Oh,
antenna.
whoa,
and
whoa,
let
hold
it
on
play.
a second. Hold on a second.
No.
We got celebrity sighting.
Good God.
Brock Turner has joined the episode, guys. Show bass become a factor
Brock,
certain
I need you to
times of
tell
year
me.
on Lanier. That's interesting.
Brock,
So
I want to go. Take me.
I'm gonna now when he says becomes a
I just want a
factor.
waypoint.
Now we becoming a
Just one.
waypoint. Are we becoming a factor in tournaments or just a factor in catching fish general?
If
Because
he says it's a factor, he's talking tournaments probably.
he could joy fish every once in a while. The man's got a life.
I heard his lower unit went out the other day. I heard that's why he didn't fish Saturday because his lower unit went out.
I have
Are
no
you
idea.
asking me or ask him? I
I-
don't know. Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
Josh Blue is a handicapped comedian.
Wow.
That fits the bill.
That was
Good.
mean. That
Well,
was mean as hell.
Well, yeah, but Chris Taylor was the one that he posted on Facebook today. Somebody sending you a friend request, and he looked like they'd steal your copper. And I was like, that's Chris. Chris, it's like he'd steal your copper.
I only did it one time, just once.
Christopher Gayton tournaments. There you go, Chris. I'm glad you're here, son. What'd you think about my announcement?
He probably missed it, knowing him.
No, he did.
He just got on.
You think so?
Probably.
There we go. So anyway, shoal bass become a factor certain times of year on Lanier, and so that's your river fish primarily. Now, what do you? We got some. Let's talk about it.
It really shoal bass. They're very picky fish.
Hey, you're welcome, buddy.
They require more. They require more oxygen to sustain themselves. I mean, it depends on how far up Lanier he's talking about.
Right.
So
I mean, if he's
caught him in
talking,
Lanier.
yeah. Well, not in like I don't consider it Lanier. I'm talking like around like Lula Bridge, areas like that, Highway 52, which is basically where the transition is from river to lake.
You're talking about like up around Lumpkin County Park.
No, that's the Chesapeake.
No, you're on the wrong side,
Yeah,
son.
you're talking about
Up
Chesapeake.
there towards Gainesville.
I'm talking about up above on the Hooch,
Up above
Don Carter,
I don't go that
Clark's
far.
Bridge, Don Carter. North of
No,
that.
no, this is where all the largemouth guys go. They go up that river that
Yeah,
way.
well,
So that's
I'm-
yeah.
That's
around
where they
Laurel
live.
Park.
Further north than that.
So way up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go, like past the Olympic Park, all that
Yes.
up through there. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about the
Bolton
way
Ridge
there's
area and
grass
stuff like that.
or the way there's not grass.
The grass in Lanier.
Oh,
I
Lanier.
haven't seen
there's-
any grass on there.
There's one river or one creek that comes into Lanier that's got grass in it.
All
I
right,
don't
guys.
know
So
where
you
that
Lanier
is.
guys, is there grass in any
Wow.
of the creeks on
If
Lanier?
there's grass, I guess.
Toto
I'm
Creek.
breaking out my braid.
Yeah,
and I'm going
Phil's
flipping
getting it
something.
right there with Belton Bridge.
Yeah.
That's from I had a guy that I know that I work with. His name's Aaron Russell, and he told me that a lot of times, especially in the winter, the shoal bass migrate south, especially in the Hooch down to like Belton Bridge, Lula Bridge, stuff like that.
Look at that. I saw
I've never-
6
I've
pound
never run that
shoaly
far.
weighed in on Lanier. I'll be
6
doggone.
pound shoal
Really?
bass.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
that's
that
a
is
tank.
For everybody
Freaking
wondering about
giant.
Lumpkin County Park, just stay out there.
That's
It-
where them
it ain't
duck
worth
hunters
it.
Yeah, it's
go.
nothing but duck hunters now.
There in the wintertime, but I mean, even during summertime, y'all
Great
need
to see
be up there.
Blanton on the show. There, Brock. You got Casey. You got a
Hey.
call out there from Mr. Brock. Yeah, well, I'm
He
gonna get Brock
won't.
Turner on.
He don't
won't
want to give
come.
nothing away. We asked him last week.
I'm just
And the
trying to
week
get
before
some
that,
points.
Brock Turner, here's your official invitation to be on the show. You ain't got to give away none of your secrets.
Just
How
come,
about you
just come talk with us.
Go past
come
Don
sit
Carter
down
Road,
one
yes.
day and just be part of the show, please, sir.
Where's,
right.
where's Don Carter?
And you know what?
Chris
you
knows
know,
what I'm talking about.
Turner
North-
Tire can be a sponsor here at
Past
the
Olympic
Fish
Park.
North
Yeah.
Georgia show. There you go.
Yep.
What do you think
I'll
about
go
that?
figure
Justin?
that
You
out.
like that?
That's really the
There you
next
go.
ramp is Don
if
Carter.
there's grass up there, I'm going.
Yeah, I need to find
Both
that.
of the state. Where do you say? Where was it? Oh,
Up
go past
Past
Don
Don
Carter.
Carter, supposedly. Now we
Don't
talking.
listen to anything Chris Taylor says. You
That's
bet
what
you
I
might
figured.
get somebody else, get a second opinion on that.
That's
Like
what
that.
I
I'm just kidding. Both the state record shoaly and spotted bass, I think, are both 8 pounds are in that area.
Them shoal bass get that big?
That's only
That's-
got to like 4 pounds at the
No,
biggest.
state record shoal bass is 8 pounds 4 ounces. I
Wow.
think.
Now, was it caught in the river?
Oh,
I think it was caught on the Altamaha.
Altamaha, is
Yeah,
that
we
word?
argue about that all the
How you
time.
I
say
think
that?
so.
All right, so that's pretty interesting.
Mr. Matt, no, I was not. I actually went up to Lula that day. So,
Okay. All right, so it's interesting. Flint River, that's where it was caught. We knew Philip would know.
I
Philip
bet
knows.
that thing fought like hell.
I bet it did. That's a big old bass because they say them things like
an 8 pound largemouth's still gonna fight.
yeah,
them
but a
Lanier
show
ones are
bass is
lazy.
ultra aggressive anyway,
Well, I mean,
right?
they're
Yeah, they're
lazy
very
anyway.
aggressive. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
They like
So-
aggressive like a spot, just eat anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, kind of. Like I said, it's just like any other fish. Depends on the day.
October 1977.
Yep. That fish is either dead or gone.
Well, it's been dead or gone
No,
since
dude, it's-
1977.
Yeah, both show bass and spots over 5 pounds are considered trophies.
Yep.
Listen,
I've caught some spots over 5 and threw them back in the lake.
but that's still a
Yeah,
trophy.
I have too.
But that's still a trophy.
If I catch one over 6.5, then she'll be
It might-
measured and still put back in the lake.
Yeah, but
You
it
get
can
one in
replica
replicas
made.
now, like that. So, bass show 8 pound 3 ounce David Hubbard Flint River, October 1977.
Oh, okay.
So, and yet those guys in California catching trout fed 11-pound spotted bass.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, you think about that though. That's all your environment. I mean, if I lived in a kitchen, I'd weigh another 100 pounds over what I'd have right now.
Well,
So
them overhauls look like you could put another 100 pounds in.
I can. I'm serious.
You could fit them in there.
Man, you
They
can
could.
probably
Them
both-
overalls are a
Do
little
not
bit
ever,
big.
do not ever say you can fit in my overalls with me on this show.
They're that big, Danny.
Please don't ever say that
I'm not
again.
saying I would.
No, but you said you and I could fit. That's exactly what started
Yeah.
coming out of your mouth.
You never seen two men wear overalls be funny?
No.
You know, each leg.
Maybe in Marble Hill.
You got to remember, that's where I'm from.
It is from you ain't getting in my overalls.
I don't want to get on
That's
with
up
you.
there where they're stealing copper, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a guy
Nah,
sitting copper
be
up there.
quiet now.
But seriously, no. Well, actually, I wore them because there's a little room, and I wanted to be like Barday. Not that there's room in days.
Right.
I just wanted to. I mean, he had that picture where he was wearing overalls. I was hoping he'd show up tonight so I could, give him
I
that.
got
So
no
he didn't
service.
show up. So that's just the way it is. So those are trout fed spots and largemouth. Yeah, I'm serious. It's just crazy. Oh, there are trout fed spots and largemouth not even 15 minutes from where y'all are sitting right now. He's going. No, he's probably
No, he's
talking
talking
about
about big canoe.
big canoe.
Big canoe, yeah.
Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah.
giants.
You see them that are
Yeah,
12,
Lower unit
13
is on the
pounds, but
way
how you
out.
going to catch them?
got a new motor coming.
Unless you got a
Thursday.
live trout.
Unicoi Lake too.
Go up
Yeah.
there, you go up
Yeah,
there
got
and
'em in
catch
there
them off
too.
bed, or you go up there and you throw a Huddleston.
Do you know that they caught? I believe Josh and I went up and did some filming on Big Canoe, and if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know if you look in the top records in the state of Georgia,
Apparently, he caught
it was
almost a record
16
breaker.
or 17.
He caught it out of the dam. He was on vacation.
16-pound largemouth caught out of Big Canoe.
Caught it right off the dam.
Yeah.
That thing, dude, the
Almighty.
gut on that fish is
That's
ridiculous.
a tank right there.
Caught her
That's
off
literally
bed.
a tank.
She is on bed when he caught her.
Really? I haven't
Still
seen a
all
picture.
blowed up and everything.
Oh, dude, she's
Ooh,
like,
God Almighty.
Stupid how big.
So
she was.
yeah, the only problem with that, Philip, is they don't let boys like us in there to play at Big Canoe anymore.
All you gotta do is ask, get a pass, and then pay your fee, and you can get in.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
what we got told.
If you know somebody,
If you know somebody, that
If
lives
you
up
know
know
somebody.
somebody,
if you got a buddy or somebody like that, all you gotta do is like, hey, let me in the gate. You go in the gate, you go your pass, you can fish.
all
Yeah,
you
you
really
gotta
got
get
to
in the
do
gate.
is
You
all
gotta get
you
in the
really
gate.
got
All
to do
you
is
gotta
pull
do-
up, say I'm going to bid a tree job, and they'll let you through the gate.
yeah, 16, 7,
At the first
16,
gate.
17
Exactly.
pound, Philip, it was right in that. So it was definitely Walton. I can fish Big Canoe, who just became my best friend Doyle. Seriously though, Rob, I didn't even think about you, buddy. Heck yeah, Rob. You
All right, there's a
a
pass for all of us.
no. Y'all don't get to go.
No, seriously, go wait until they're on.
Who's
bed
got a
up there.
two-stroke permit?
It's fun.
Huh?
Wait until they go on, like they're bedding up there. It's fun. Like you've got about this much space between the bank and the drop off,
Right.
and it's like they swim up a straight ledge, and they're sitting about this much.
There's
Yeah,
a
because they
bed
have to,
on
because
that
it goes
ledge.
from like
Yeah.
4 foot to
It
9
But
foot.
if you get a
drops.
chance right up there when they're spawning, just cruise the bank and look at some of the fish you see.
Mm.
Well, we saw
Don't
some
they-
pretty nice ones when we were filming that day, just in the little marina area
Mhm.
that we
Just
were filming.
cruising.
And
Don't they have a beach over there or something like that too?
Yeah, but it's on the other side of the lake from.
I'm wondering if they bed up on that beach.
I'm not.
Is it?
I
don't.
don't think.
No,
up there
Hey,
at Marina
listen,
they
that's the
you know-
have
hey,
other.
you know
not
what we
big
saw up
canoe.
there?
That's the other.
Yes, the
And I know we're
smaller
getting
one.
off
Uh,
river fishing. We'll get back on it, but this is something that needs to be talked about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because it's the one thing about you kayak fishermen is y'all do lease fish. It's these paddleboard people.
Oh yeah.
Now we were on Big Canoe filming. Listen to this. We're up there filming, and here comes all these chicks on
That's
paddleboards.
the one you talked about the other day, wasn't it?
I don't know. If
I
I, did or
think
not.
it- I
Pretty sure
think
you
it
talked about this
is.
last show or the show before.
about the yoga. No, I ain't talked about this.
The yoga.
Listen to this. They paddleboard past us. We're filming, doing all this stuff, and some of them are cute, some of them are roses. But they go around a cove and they just disappear. So we're filming, doing our stuff. We come back around the cove. They're out there doing yoga on their paddleboards. They're in a circle out in the middle of Big Canoe doing yoga on a paddleboard.
That's when you
I've
wish
seen a
you had
guy-
a 250 and just lift it up. Just
Yeah, but I mean,
Trim it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just blow that shower
Yeah.
up there.
seriously, who said, hey, listen, we're going to have a paddleboard yoga group. That's like them yoga people let the goats get on them. How you do goat yoga? and
I
not get
want to
shit
know
on?
how you fish off of a paddleboard on the main lake at Lanier.
I've
Well, I
seen
don't.
I had a
dumbasses
guy
do
the
it.
other day,
Mhm.
a couple weeks ago, come up between me and the bank on a paddleboard. He had a tackle box
I
bungee
said paddle
cord. To the,
boat. It was paddleboard, right? Did I
Yeah.
say it right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You said it right.
he had a paddleboard with a tackle box bungee corded to the back of it with 3 rods laying across it with bungee cords over them.
Well, that's just
And
the guy that wants to fish.
standing up out there fishing. I don't know how he was doing it because I couldn't keep my bass boat sitting on a point out there.
The paddle boards are really, really popular, especially with fly fishermen.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So people that fly fish for bass, yeah, they're real popular because there's nothing to snag on. They can just strip all their line out on the deck.
Look at that. We've opened up a whole nother can of worms
Yep.
right there. They got some nice fishing paddle boards.
Really?
Listen, okay, that's fine. But they were doing yoga.
I mean, I don't.
They're in the downward dog pose. They're doing downward dog, upward
On a
dragon or
paddleboard.
whatever out there. But I was like, we was like, what the hell are they doing?
Yep,
We
yep.
finally figured out they're doing yoga.
I've tried it. I've tried to fish off paddleboard, and I can't.
I thought you
There's-
said you
there-
tried the yoga.
No, Lord, that crap put me in hospital probably.
Let's do some Pilates,
Yeah.
or whatever stuff that you can't pronounce. But I mean, seriously, but that was a big canoe. And also, you got to take in the evening. So you got to figure this out when you're fishing there. You got your chicks on paddle boards doing yoga. All right. You got your old men on the bank telling you slow down. It's a no wake zone.
Yep.
And then you got in the evenings, they take the old women out with wine and cheese cruises. Oh,
What?
yeah. They get them pontoons out there and old women out there.
You're
I
kidding
say
me.
old women. They need something to do.
Now I know why their HRA fees are so damn high.
Yeah, they're cruising around with wine and cheese.
Take your
You're
wife up
kidding
there
me.
one day, Danny.
My wife don't like wine. Now she whines, but no, I mean seriously.
She gonna comment in a
Rob
minute.
Young, I was fishing a night tournament on Lanier with a guy on a paddleboard, came up behind us and said, "Y'all doing it again." It's like that old man just coming out of the middle of nowhere. If it was foggy, it would. It'd scare the hell out of me too.
Yep.
And fat girls in fishnets. Listen, they weren't fat though, Jeremiah. I'm not saying it was a bunch of big girls out
It
there
just
on the
dropped
thing.
off the table.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
it's
just
gone.
I'm
Yep.
just
We're
saying.
done.
I'm just saying. The net bellies. Listen, I'm just saying women should not be doing yoga in the middle of a lake on paddleboards. That's all I'm saying.
I'm the
like that.
kind of person I'd
Run circles around them.
no.
No,
I,
you would go right over there and join them. You
No.
daggone ugly ass mullet. You
I
go-
don't have a mullet no more because you
Yeah.
cut it off.
But you would
He'd
go
be
up
out there in
to
that
him, you'd go up there to
18-foot
him,
bass boat
and
with
you'd
a
be coming
downward
and you go,
dog on the front neck.
You'd give him that look. You go, I'm Blake from Marble Hill. What's your name?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, and then they go,
Wanna
where
go
the
on
heck is Marble Hill
Go
at?
for a boat ride?
I know it's
Can I pull
It's
your
horrible.
paddleboard around
Yeah.
on my boat?
Let me
My
remind
brother
you, it's a
lives here.
long swim.
It's a long swim.
That,
Yeah.
Wanna go for a boat ride?
yeah, you heard it.
You want to go for a
Got,
boat
got my
ride?
light up shoes on.
That's right. You don't do that. I mean, if they're wearing yoga pants, it couldn't have been that bad. Well,
It could have
there's
been
not a
pretty
lot to look
rough.
at in Rob Young. Rob Young, there's not a lot to look at in Big Canoe. I'm not saying another word, and just in case my family's watching this, I'm just telling you, women on Big Canoe were doing yoga on paddleboard. So couldn't do that. I'm glad Blake says Danny cut his mullet off. See, I didn't cut it. That's right.
I mean, Matt
Matt
did it.
did it.
He did a pretty good haircut too.
He did get all right. So Latham, it depends on the lake. Latham maybe no way in Lanier. I guess he's talking about the paddleboard
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That guy out there fishing on that paddleboard, I'll never understand how he was standing
kayak,
out
man?
there.
You get out on you fish big lakes.
Yeah.
You get right out there in the middle of them.
no, especially not Lanier.
So
Oh,
you ain't,
listen,
so you
that's
ain't
what
one of
I'm
them idiots
saying.
that there's about to be 70 boats blast off and he'll be paddling just
Just right through
No
the
don't give a
middle.
damn like nothing's
No,
happening.
Well, I
no.
don't mind them being out in the middle if they got a flag or if they got a way to see them. It's those that are out there that don't have anything.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but at the
scary.
same
Yeah.
time,
It's
there's
scary.
not. I'm
There's
not
no
trying to be mean,
regulation
but in
against it.
your tournaments, there's not boats running 70 plus mile an
That's
hour.
what I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm talking about on the
Like
big
it's
lake. Yes,
it's unsafe at that point.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, on ours, we
Yeah.
can honk a horn though 3 hours away, and we're that armada coming at them. But when you're out there in a
Yeah.
bass boat, dude,
Mhm.
I was with
There ain't no honking a horn. You're on top of them before you notice
Eric
they're there.
Thurman. That would be me. Well, we know who to talk to about that. All I know is he was out in the middle. No, not Eric, but guy was out in the middle, and I was fishing with Brett Matthews on Lanier, and we were screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just
Mhm.
screaming. He had that
When
Phoenix
was
just
it?
wound. It's been a month or so ago. We fished one of them Wednesday tournaments,
Oh yeah,
And,
I remember you talking about that.
and I mean, it just, it was scary to me to see a kayaker out there in the middle
It is.
of that lake like that.
And then
Yeah.
Living
I
on
mean,
the
I'm
dock.
not saying they got as much right to be out
Yeah.
there as anybody, but he didn't have any way. I mean,
no way of knowing he's there. And
Yeah,
then when
yeah.
if the waves are big enough, you won't see them
yeah.
until you're right on top of them. Or if it's right at dark, you'll be running down the lake 65, 70 mile an hour.
There's some people they don't even
And
put a light
you
on.
won't, you won't
Yeah.
even know they're
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, even
Jim
like,
Weaver and Big Canoe. That's right. He knows who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like when with us fishing tournaments and stuff, if we're fishing a tournament on Lanier, you're required to have a flag
Yeah.
at least. And then if you're launching, if it's foggy or whatever, if that, because I've got a Yak Attack is a company that they make accessories for kayaks and stuff. And they make a flag that's got a 360 light on top of it.
Really?
And,
Okay. So that's, see,
I feel like
yeah,
that needs to be like a
Mandatory
DNR
thing.
mandatory.
Oh, it should be. Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
look at
not?
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I've got a 7-pound, 14-ounce shoal bass.
There's Austin
on
with that bass that
upper
he
hooch.
keeps talking about.
It says Austin.
Is
Picture
there,
sure
is there
it is.
pictures?
Yeah, yeah.
I wanna
He's
see a
like my
picture.
Is there
main.
pictures?
Yeah.
I want to see a picture.
He's
of it.
lost it. He caught it a couple years ago.
But you've seen it.
I've seen a big one that he's caught. It wasn't no 7-pounder, but it was that was not the fish that he's talking about. But I believe him.
Okay,
'cause
so
especially with it being several years ago too.
That is that's a huge shoal bass.
It is a big shoal bass.
So how's
Yeah.
them fish built? Are they get long and skinny or short and fat? How they built?
I
Built
mean,
like a largemouth, built like a spot.
Built more like a smallmouth, ain't they?
yeah, I mean, really built more like
So like a
smallmouth, I'd
football.
say. Yeah.
That'd be
Yep.
fun.
I mean, they can be long. I mean, my PB Shoaly is 21 and a half inches.
Okay.
And
What's the weight on it? I go by weight.
I want
I
to say
don't care
probably
it
about
is.
6,
Oh, dang.
6.5, probably.
Wow.
Yeah,
Something like
Nathan's
that.
smallmouth. So all the stuff that I've seen, and granted, this is one of those episodes where we don't know enough information to be helpful to you,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So we're asking, but like, I mean, a warm water smallie. All the pictures and people that have described it the way that I've seen it, it's smallmouth bass on steroids
Pretty much.
because it's more current fish. So
Yes.
it's like, well, a smallmouth.
Stronger. A smallmouth's a current fish as
Yeah,
it
so I was gonna
is.
say they're current fish too. Are they anything like a red eye bass? I don't think red eye bass get near as big, do they, as a shoal bass?
I
I'm
don't
not an
feel like
expert
they
on it.
do.
See,
The
that's
biggest
it.
one I ever caught was like 14, 15 inches.
Yeah.
Red eye. See, that's the thing. Now I don't know. I
But
wish
it
I could answer
it
that.
It felt like a giant bluegill down there pulling. But
Also, shoalies and spotted
It
bass
wasn't
will
that big.
hybridize, so you'll catch a mix.
They can, yeah. I mean, there's and it really depends on who you talk to too. I mean, if like I said, there have been studies done on shoal bass to see what the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the risk to their to that species being 100% still that species
Right.
versus more of a mutt fish, or,
Right,
something
and that's
like
why
that.
they're really wanting to protect a lot of
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, because if I'm not mistaken, they're only in Georgia.
Georgia and I think one river in North Florida.
Shoal bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's predominantly a Georgia. I know people come here. We had somebody on that was talking about it. People will travel to Georgia to catch a shoal bass. It's on,
Oh,
on
yeah.
their list. So that's a big
Yep.
it's a big prize for a lot of guys on bucket list. Where we're
Yep.
talking about going to other states and stuff, shoal bass here. I've caught some on the Cartier 3+. Now the Cartier, that's what's going into LJ, right?
Mhm.
So I've always
That's
wanted
the
to ask
only
this
time I've
question.
ever been on a kayak.
I would love to see a picture of a shoaly cart out of the Cartier.
Well, I've never seen
I mean,
anybody fishing the Cartier.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever seen on a Cartier was way too fast moving to sit there and fish anything.
Well, that little section as you're going into, right before you get to LJ, you come in
Mhm.
52 from Dawsonville. There's that section. Every time I drive
It's-
by it, I'm like, man, that looks trout heaven and all
Yep.
that stuff. I never see anybody fishing that. I'm like,
You're
I've
talking about
always
where the
wondered why.
cabins are sitting right behind
Yeah,
it.
I've always
Yeah.
wondered why nobody fishes that stretch of that. You can get one of them creek chubs.
Yeah.
I got a.
Any.
Anyway,
Chris Taylor sent me one.
Chris Taylor.
Yes.
Well, why is Chris Taylor texting my guest on my show?
Because
Huh? So I'm kidding.
I think it's
Full
sent it
of
to you.
giant carp. Okay, see, I wouldn't have put that. Now, how about, let me ask you, you ever get in some of that carp fishing like Henry Cowan and them do?
I mean, never caught any carp before, but I've seen plenty of
They fly fish.
big ones.
They fly fish for carp in downtown Atlanta.
What?
On the Chattahoochee going through downtown Atlanta during the summertime. He is. Let me see that picture. Yeah, I see that. So
That's a good fish.
yeah. in the summertime,
Mhm.
or in the wintertime, he is on Lake Lanier fly fishing for
Oh yeah, there's a
stripers.
good color.
Just looks
Who is
just
this?
like a smallmouth
Huh?
to me.
Yep.
Henry
I mean,
Cowan.
honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would
He's
have
like
thought it
world
was a
famous.
smallmouth.
Philip
Well,
knows
see,
him.
they got
They got
Um,
like a largemouth mouth.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
You ain't never seen a picture of it?
No, I've never seen them.
That
Well, I
big?
mean, I've never seen them that big.
That. Okay, so anyway, so carp love crayfish flies and woolly boogers below Morgan Falls Dam. So anyway, so Henry fly fishes for stripers on Allatoona
Yeah.
and Lanier during the wintertime when they're up.
Yep.
And then in the summertime when those fish go down, of course, he's fishing with a fly rod, so that's not a viable option for him. So he goes to the Chattahoochee River through downtown Atlanta and they catch giant carp on flies.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
And he says that's some of the best fishing you'll have just for fun and hooking
Yeah.
into a huge carp again. But now we've talked a lot about fly fish god. Yeah, he is. We've talked a lot about I didn't know that Bass Pro Shop Macon has a giant shoalie in his
Yes,
tank.
they do.
Really?
I saw that for the first time this year.
Big.
Macon?
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, in their
Wow.
tank. Somebody, I think it was caught out of the Ogmogie,
Right?
I think, and somebody took it in and put it and gave it to the Bass Pro and they put it in the tank.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Anyway, so I was talking about carp, but we've been talking about current. The carp kind of get into where the water's a little stagnant on the hooch, where it gets big and slows down
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
And so, but they actually, he says it's similar to fishing the Florida Keys, where you've got a guy up on a platform and he's looking for him, and he'll
Yeah.
say, "Cast right there, right there, right there." Cody Jones, Danny, you need to get Jacob Bernhardt on the show.
Jacob Bernhardt's good.
On what?
Everything.
that
This
doesn't
happened.
explain
He-
anything.
he's a stick.
All right, Cody, set it up for me. I'll talk to anybody. Seriously.
We really need to work on getting Bardet on here.
Well,
I want to
Bardet
figure out. I want
Bardet
to figure
came
out
on.
how he goes to Allatoona and catches 9
All right,
pounds
look at that.
consistent.
A carp on fly rod is exactly like fishing for redfish. If you can land one, you're ready for saltwater fly fishing right off the bat.
Mm.
Okay, there you go. So, that's a pretty strong thing. I love flats fishing in saltwater. See, that's another thing I've never done. I'd like to do.
I want to hook a tarpon on a fly rod.
We're gonna go catch some tarpon. So one of the most knowledgeable fishermen I know. Okay, so we'll set it up. I mean, you said that you like talking about river fishing. He sent me a message. He said or something, and I said, "Well, come on, be on the show." So set him up. Just you can set it up.
Mhm.
Tell me, and we'll set a date. Now I love putting people out here that want to talk about stuff. So kayak fishing. Now, did you ever start off in bass fishing and boats or anything? So you've been pretty much predominantly kayak fishing, or is that relatively new? I know I asked you earlier, but we've talked about so much stuff and I forgot about it.
Yeah. I mean, I all my life actually, I started out just catfishing from the bank.
Yeah.
Like just going with my mom when I was a kid. She'd keep me out of school to go fishing.
Oh,
Oh,
heck
you
yeah.
can.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
so we go out and stage up under a bridge on Lanier and just have 6 rods laid out in front of you.
There you go.
And then
That's right up Justin Spee's alley. He likes to do that bank
Mhm.
fishing and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. There you
Yep.
go.
but once I started bass fishing, God, about probably right after high school, and started out in john boats or whatever, and then I got in a kayak, and I've tried to go back to a john boat just so I can start taking my daughter and stuff, and I'm just like, God, it's just the headache of having to carry the get the boat down in the water and make sure I got a battery and a motor and all that stuff. I sold it right away.
There you go. So it's funny. We're the exact opposite. We're like,
Mhm.
I like to stand.
Mhm.
I would hate to sit down and fish.
Oh,
and
no,
stuff
you
like
You
that.
get them long kayaks. You can stand up and
No,
get them-
no,
them kayak
man.
boats.
you get them
No.
boats.
What kayak do you fish from? Mike Howard wants to know.
I have a Crescent light tackle.
Okay, and what does light tackle mean?
It means
it
light
just
tackle. That's the model.
The model is
Yeah.
light tackle.
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't stand for there's not even features on it or something like
I
that.
mean,
It's different.
it's got gear tracks. It's got a metal frame seat. It's got a seat riser insert for you to get a higher seating position.
Right.
Stable enough to stand up and fish out of.
I'm curious do you have to, and I've heard a lot of guys here recently, they're talking about fishing from a kayak, I had one looking for almost like a bullet handle or pistol grips and even just different type of rods to fish from a kayak because standard rods won't work or they don't work as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your experience?
Yeah, I
with
mean,
that?
normally if you've got a rod that's got a longer butt on it, A lot of times those are a little rough, especially because 90% of the time, and I'm not gonna get on the whole life jacket PFD
Kick.
tangent here,
Gotcha,
but
right.
you know,
Better wear it.
yeah. Well,
It is
we're
required.
not going to talk about that, but yeah, I mean, if you have a PFD on, using a normal rod with a longer butt can be a little bit cumbersome. So you know, if you can find rods that's got a little shorter butts on them, typically shorter rods in general work a lot better, especially river fishing.
Gotcha. From a kayak. Now, I don't want to go down the whole tangent, but you pro or anti the PFD?
Oh, pro all the way.
Okay, but are you pro like the full thing or just the inflatable type? Does it matter?
As long as you do not exceed the weight limit for the inflatable ones. I mean, you got to stay whatever the manufacturer specifications for that PFD is. You need to stay within that.
Okay.
So,
and you just said that in the ABA, is it required?
It's required. Well, not the I mean, a life jacket is required.
Right.
Every time the boat is in motion,
yes.
whether it's as long as the big motor's running and the boat's in motion.
I mean, that's not how most tournaments are. I thought you were saying you had to, like, if you're standing on the front of the boat, you have to have it on the fish.
I wear mine all the time.
Yeah, no.
But
No,
you don't have
blow
to
up
type, right? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I wear the
Yours
blow
is
up type.
inflatable.
Are you talking about the neck ones?
Huh?
The neck ones?
What are you talking? Mine comes down to about right.
I heard those aren't DNR approved.
Really?
That's what somebody's told me. Yes,
Because that's what
I have no
That's
idea.
what I wear.
that's what I was told.
I mean, I've never had any problems with it.
apparently DNR don't consider them, I guess, suitable enough or something like that.
I know.
If
After seeing
anybody
it
out there
blow up,
knows,
because mine got
know
wet.
that.
Oh, mine blew up in my damn rod locker. 'cause
Yeah,
got
and
a
it
little
blows
wet.
it open
Yeah.
just about,
Yep,
doesn't it?
yep. And now I can't.
Yeah.
Well, I found the container for it, but hell, then I lost my life jacket. I got them big pushy
Well,
ones now, and I hate them
that-
things.
That sucker, when it blows up with me in it,
And break your neck.
like an airbag.
Yeah.
it
Like an
blows
airbag.
up, and I swear this thing's this wide.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you, where's the shocker?
Oh shit, I forgot it. Oh, sorry, I forgot it. Yeah, I was gonna bring it. I
He was
forgot.
gonna bring that shocker so we could shock you while
I
you're
had
trying to
the-
drink something.
Well, I ain't been drinking enough.
I had the.
No. Just I mean, in general, you can drink
I
Dr.
got-
Pepper. We're gonna shock you,
Yeah, I got the.
but we got to make you sign a paper that you don't have a heart problem first.
Maybe next week. I'm too tired to nut.
Next week, that's fine.
Well, listen, and I was gonna bring the dog collar that
Oh hell no!
I got.
every
the
time you say
adjustable
something I
one.
don't like, I'm
One of
gonna.
I got one of
Put
those
it around my
sport dog-
leg,
I
not
got
my
one of the
neck.
sport dog
I'm
ones.
not
that's-
putting nothing around your leg. Let me put one of them dog shockers on your neck one time.
No.
He'd be over here just shaking his leg
Seriously,
if you
come
put it
on.
around his ankle.
I won't turn it to 100%.
Bull
I
crap.
promise you.
Look, we got this one. The one that I've got, we got it for my dog, and we've got she's probably 75, 80 pound golden doodle.
Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. That's a whole nother thing. Why
Yeah.
you got a golden doodle.
Yes.
What is
And
that?
my mother-in-law
Huh?
went all the. My
It's that
mother-in-law.
kinky fetish stuff that them guys do. The golden doodles.
My, my mother-in-law went
Welcome
all
to
the
the
way to
show.
Pennsylvania to
talking
pick
about
this
right
up.
now?
No,
But,
so-
but this sucker was running across the yard, and I was like, "Hey, let's see if this collar will work."
yeah.
And I hit the button. That thing stopped and did a front flip on the driveway.
Yeah.
And just stood there looking around like, "What in the world's going on?"
Let me one up you on that. So, all right. So we got my dogs. I try to keep them out of my parents' and my brother's yard. All right. So I've got what they call a boxador, which is a lab boxer. She is on I mean, she's insane. All right. She's a high energy, just insane dog. And then we got this little Jack Russell Beagle mix. And so he's kind of, so we both got him collars. All right.
Mm.
Well, I let the big girl out. She's big and he's little. So I let the big girl out and I love that dog to death, but she wasn't listening to me. And that I was sitting there going, "You better get up here. I'm gonna shock your ass." Blah blah blah. And so she wasn't paying a bit of attention. She's looking right at me, and I'm going, bam, and I'm hitting it. And I'm just
Welcome
hitting
Marble
that
Hill.
joker. No, listen, and she ain't doing nothing. She's just looking at me, and I'm getting pissed off. And I'm hitting the shock button like, "You're gonna come in the house." All of a sudden, my wife and my daughter come in. They just screaming from the inside the house out. I had it on the wrong channel. I was in there shocking the hell out of it.
I bet that dog was
dog.
sitting there rolling and screaming.
He's sitting there going, listen, that dog didn't know what he was hitting him. He wouldn't come out of his cage for a month. But I was just like,
bet that thing
I didn't know it had channels. I thought it was on a different controller, but I was pissed off because she wasn't looking at me. She's just like, Oakley, he still ain't right. He won't eat his food out of the right bowl anymore. I mean, he's just all messed up. But I was like, I was shocked.
You fried his damn brain.
I did, dude. I was nailing his ass. And I couldn't hear him. I was outside yelling at my other dog. So anyway, I had
you win. You win on that
I did
one.
win on that, but I mean that little seriously. I mean, if I pick up the shocker, he will go. All I gotta do is pick it up. He runs into his gate. He's like, I won't know that man.
Shaking.
You taught his little ass a lesson.
I did. I was just, but my wife and my daughter was crying. You know, he's sitting there. I guess he had smoke coming out of him. I was just nailing his ass with it.
Somebody go call the ASPCA.
I didn't mean to do it, Brady. I love you, but I'm
upstairs and we're gonna have
somebody's
animal control and everything
Yeah,
else. Up
shit.
there.
But listen, I was mad. I
That's
was
the wrong dog.
Listen, I had it on 100%.
And that little dog was probably about dead, wasn't it?
He got permanent marks. But I didn't know. But I'm just hitting it. And I was like, why ain't this thing working? All right, anyway, for all you dog lovers out there, I swear I didn't mean to. I just wanted to give her a shot over the bow just to get her back up in the house. But apparently, it had 2 channels on it the whole time, and I didn't know that.
I bet that dog hates your guts.
Well, I mean, he's real cautious around me. Is all I got to say. I mean, he walks out the door and he just looks back. You know, so, anyway, so that just guys, if you have to, but let me put one of them things on you.
No.
I'll
Come
bring
on.
it next
No.
week. We can turn it all the way down.
You had a
to-
taser though.
I have a taser too, a flashlight taser,
Give me $200.
and how that started.
So if we raise
No.
$200,
Yeah,
because I can raise
No.
$200.
I like that.
We'll,
I
we'll
like
get
that.
Danny to give you a new hat.
$200 in a hat. You let me tase you.
Why is it always me?
It's only 110 volts. The flashlight.
I don't give a shit how many volts
Why
it
is it you?
Yeah.
You're low man on totem pole.
Dang, that's bad.
You're low man on totem pole. Start another fundraiser.
No.
Can
No.
Josh shock him too?
No.
I want Josh to push the
No.
button.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
can't
Ja-
see it coming.
No.
Define and fest. Josh is kind of nice.
Yeah, but I still want to see Josh push the button. It'd be so funny.
I tell you what, next fundraiser we do, we'll set a nice high price. We raise the money.
5,000.
Oh no, 5,000. We're going police taser. No, we're going to light you up. I mean,
The
something,
hell you are.
something you might not.
We're
you
gonna
might not
shoot
come
you
out
with the
in.
darts.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Give him an FX rod to get tased.
Hey,
Hmm.
that one's close right there.
Look at
I
that
might
justice
take
piece.
that.
Heck, I'll get tased. Anyway, okay, all right. Let me get back to. We'll be tasing the whole
I
world.
mean, I'd let you put it around my leg.
Don't you
something.
ever say that again,
Why you always got to damn think something like that?
because you say stupid stuff.
Well, hell, the stuff you say is dumber.
Yeah, but I just want to shock you. I don't want to put nothing around your leg
Why don't we both wear one, and we'll let the host?
because if I had heart problems and kick over, this show dies.
Me and Josh are still here.
This show
We'll,
dies.
we'll handle it.
Josh can still run it. We'll just
Josh
get a new
can run
host.
it, but
we'll get a new host.
We'll carry it on.
In your memory.
Yes.
in my memory,
In your memory.
The dumbass who put a shocking collar around his neck for fun, for a couple of views.
I tell you what, I'll let you co-host for a month. You let us put that thing somewhere.
Danny, I've already been here a month.
No. I'll let you host the show.
No, you got that under control.
And while you're
You
hosting,
hear why I'm asking you to put
It-
that thing.
if you
Oh, hell
God,
no.
All right then. All right then. We'll see how much
All right,
money we
one
can
big enough
raise.
for that. That's a lie. We all
I know. Okay.
That's why I laugh
right,
so
so-
hard.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. I just want to see if we could do that. Get out how much money it would cost.
No.
Because for the right amount of dollars, I'd do that.
I mean, the right amount of money, I won't do anything.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just-
5,000. I will
All right,
get the
so-
flashlight taser.
So we will let's get back on the fishing if we can even do that. But we're gonna our next fundraiser starting in mid-February will be to get tased over here with
Why can we
Blake's
not,
gonna
like,
get tased.
start a fundraiser to go tarpon fishing for a week instead of hey, let's tase Blake for the hell
Put
of
them
it.
on both.
look,
Put them on and do an old cowboy standoff.
That would be fun.
that would be a good one.
Like we shocking each other, like
In the
starting at
front-
the low,
in the
like
front
the, like the
yard.
Is
low,
this
like
like
the
one of them
lowest
slap
settings.
contests the Russians do? I hit you, you hit me. and
Yeah,
this is-
whoever taps first. Like we start at 1, I go, and then you go.
Sounds
Turn
like
it
a
up to 2,
horrible idea.
3. Whoever says I'm done first loses.
Is it around the neck?
Neck or arm, or neck or leg.
Where's it least likely to cause me a heart attack? I am
Probably
on your
probably-
ankle?
probably your leg,
Yeah.
probably your leg.
On your leg?
yeah, but I ain't no sissy. Mama didn't raise me.
I don't know. It might cause like a blood clot or something like that.
He is-
I
he is
gotta think
old.
about this stuff. I tell you what, let's
Uh,
do it.
5,000.
Let's
I'll
do
take
it.
the taser.
Let's do it. Loser gets Fish North Georgia tattooed on his ass.
Don't sound bad.
You really want my show on your butt?
I'm a part of it. So
There you go.
Gotta
Well,
live the brand.
There you go. Just shock fish and not each other. Hey, listen, talking about that in current, any of y'all ever had any grandfathers that had one of them old fashioned telephones that you could throw out in the water and it shocked the fish up? Gotta have a sandy
what?
bottom.
Never seen that.
Oh, so
I ain't
yeah.
never seen that either.
So explain it.
You know what I'm talking about.
I've seen what I've heard and seen what you've talked about. Never done it myself.
Okay, so old fashioned telephone, and it's highly illegal.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's highly illegal. But old fashioned crank
Highly
phone,
illegal.
stuff like that.
We
has,
got one in the
has
house.
I have 2 dog. I guarantee you, I can lay you on the ground. I know, Rob. Let's do that. We're gonna do that though for charity. For charity. Hey, we're all about giving.
What do we
Five-
get out of it?
We get shocked.
The charity gets a lot.
Danny
though.
would shock the world.
You got to
anyway.
think about the bigger picture here.
Yeah, we're doing this for people, for the love.
Doing it for other
Entertainment.
people.
I guess us getting pain is making people have enjoyment.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, here's a whole new meaning.
And
of
they're
crank.
willing
Yeah.
to pay for it.
Yeah. See, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll do that. So just keep that in the back burner. We're going to do that right up there with the new.
It's kind of like go to Carter's.
Oh, speaking of Carter's,
Stick a gun in the back of
Thursday
my head.
night
Yeah, Carter's
got
Thursday.
backwoods fishing coming down from Carter's.
And then we got a guy from Lanier,
Gonna talk a little bit
top
about it.
stripers.
Backwoods
So-
fishing. Who's that?
He's one of the top guys up on.
I had his name written, their names written down on my Facebook. Don't ask me,
Okay.
but look them up. They look like that
They know what they're doing.
Duck Dynasty looking fella and all that. But do it for the kids. That's right. So
That's right.
anyway, back real quick. The cranking thing is kind of illegal, and it's what is lazy people would do. But you take that. You had 2 leads and would go out to a metal thing, and you would throw it on a sandy bottom. And it's the same thing these guys do when they electro the fish up and sample them. Except the old timers would go out there and they'd crank it up and they'd shock all the fish up. They'd scoop it up, take them home, and eat them. You ain't never seen one of them.
Pre-fried.
Them
No,
things
not
will
like
shock
that.
you too.
Will
We'll
they
do one of
really?
that.
Let's go over to Latham.
I'm not messing up my Latham.
It's
We don't
already
do-
messed up enough.
We do
Danny.
nothing illegal over at Latham. So do it for the Make-A-Wish tournament in April and have people pay for each level.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be a good one.
The crank telephones and fishing with dynamite
Hey.
I've seen before. Yeah, seriously. it's
Chris,
real
is that a
thing.
team tournament?
I don't know. I don't know. If
I
I
don't-
don't make a wish. I don't
Yeah, I don't know if it's a team tournament or not, but I mean, I'm good to fish it either way.
know. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, old
Yeah.
military phone. So yeah, it's kind of like ever seen them things where
Yeah.
yeah,
Crank
you
'em
got to
up.
crank it up. So like that. No, Blake. Apparently, you're not allowed to get shocked. Your family's done said no.
Give me 2 FX rods. No,
2. Hey, how much are them things?
it's a lot.
Let me see what my
Anyway, back
Counts,
to the
yeah.
back to the river fishing. You're gonna be like, I don't ever want to go back to them fish North Georgia guys again
Nope.
because
Nope. I'm done.
you're done. He's done
Yep,
forever.
I'm
no,
done.
So
he'll be
yeah.
back next week sitting on the couch over there.
I don't know about that.
On the casting couch.
Maybe not next week. Maybe later.
there you go. That's fine. Listen, seriously. So
Yeah.
if you could give anybody a bit of advice that wanted, because most of the guys that watch our show, I'll be honest, majority of them are big lake or reservoir type anglers, and
But a lot of them do fish out of
they
kayaks.
do fish out of kayaks and stuff like that. But if you wanted to give
Okay.
advice for somebody, it's like, okay, I want to go to any river here in North Georgia and try to bass fish.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's just some advice that you would give them on how to get started. They kind of, I mean, similar stuff though, the regular bass fishing, but
Yeah.
just maybe some tips that maybe we ain't covered over tonight.
Dude, I mean, just a perfect example of beginner stuff. Just a Texas rig worm
Mm-hmm.
on a shaky head, or with a bullet weight, pegged or not pegged, whatever.
Right.
And I mean, you could go like a good beginner river would be to go up to Delana, go fish the Chesty River.
Okay.
That's a great place to put in. There's a lot of, especially in the summer, there's a lot of pleasure kayakers
Right.
that go out there and they rent their own boats or rent boats from whatever. But Chesty has a good population of bass, some small bass most of the time. But there are some good size ones. Good beginner.
Now, where would you
river.
put in right there at 400 and float towards the line? I mean, or you would start up and float down, or
Yeah, I
how does
mean,
that water go?
so
That's going
Starts
into
in
Lanier.
Dahlonega and goes
Yeah.
down.
So yeah,
Yep,
so do you
yep.
put in like float down towards Lumpkin Park, or do you know what do you do?
I would say, I mean, normally when I float the Chesty, I usually put in at there's that golf course right there,
Yeah,
Shasta. Yeah, put in there. The guy that owns Chesty River Adventures there, I think his name's Rhett. He rents the kayaks there and everything, and you can put in there and float down to 400. That's a good float.
And that's a good
Chris Taylor.
what?
Fishing in a kayak's like dating an ugly girl. It's fun, but you don't tell anyone.
Again, he's the Auburn fan though.
Oh yeah,
He
Yeah,
does
that's right.
like Auburn.
That makes sense. How about that? How do you keep in touch with the bottom, with your bottom contact stuff?
I mean, so normally just to,
You go
whatever.
heavier in the current. I mean, what do you think? Like you don't throw jig up. Let's just say shaky head.
yeah.
What else?
I mean, you can still, and normally something lighter, just get a longer cast out of it. A lot of the more natural presentations that you can throw are a lighter weight, especially like if you're throwing something like a Ned rig or something like that. Really, you throw it out there and keep your line slack and follow it down through the current. And
Right.
if you see it stop or see it start moving the other direction,
right.
you
Similar
light
to
'em
trout
up.
fishing, though, in a way.
Yeah,
for some of that
exactly.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. I know you're not going to give me a lot of your secrets. What about colors? What colors on rivers work the best? And I imagine green pumpkin works everywhere. So just take
Yeah.
green pumpkin off
Yeah,
already.
yeah. I mean,
Green pumpkin is what green pumpkin is, but
Right.
other colors or combinations that don't give us your secret sauce, but maybe down the line a little bit.
I mean, really, it's not really a secret. I mean, black.
Really?
Yeah.
You know
Just a
what?
solid black or like a plum purple, dark purple.
That's very interesting because you talk about buzz
Mhm.
baits,
Mhm.
throwing a buzz bait. Andy Middleton throws a buzz bait. He said the only color that he'll ever throw is, well, he throws black or dark.
Black,
So black, purple,
purple.
Yeah.
dark colors. Even in the middle of the day on a river, it's like that. If he's throwing a buzz bait, he's throwing black.
Mhm.
Putting a horny toad on the back.
I don't know what he does, but still, I mean, it's
Yeah, I take
Instead
the,
of a
I take
skirt,
the, I
take the skirt off and put a horny toad on it.
well,
And
I
throw
don't
a
think that he does
green-
that. But,
Either a green or a black horny toad
okay.
on mine.
I keep it solid white or solid black.
So I just thought it was interesting. Somebody with that because you mentioned
They
black
got like
dark
a
yeah.
color,
color.
that he would throw on a buzz bait
Yep.
of all things like that. Your whopper plopper colors,
Really doesn't matter.
you just want the noise.
That commotion.
Hey, let me ask you this though, because like Farmer paints some whopper ploppers for us occasionally, and a lot of them are translucent.
Mhm.
They're very clear. So what about in a river situation? If color doesn't matter, why not just throw a clear one?
I mean, you can. I
I
mean,
mean, just let them hit the sound.
yeah. Especially if you're throwing it, if you've got a situation where there's a lot of slower current and they have a lot more time to check out what's going on,
Right?
and it's not so much of a reaction blow up.
You like June bug?
Yes.
I like June bug and
Yes.
just regular bass fishing.
Yep.
I think June bug is almost as good in certain
Mhm.
situations as green pumpkin.
Yep.
I think it's one of those universal colors. You got a bad heart. You can't do it, Jessica said. But he brings up another interesting thing. Float planning and shuttling are tough things for me. So I imagine those kayakers, you got to plan that ahead. You got to get with a friend, or
Well, I mean,
that's a pain in the butt. Or
Paul.
you just start going back upstream.
Well, yeah. I mean, Paul should know he's got a float buddy anytime he wants. If he would just call me and let me know.
Oh, really? So you
Hey.
know old Paul, huh?
Paul
Yeah,
gives
yeah.
all the secrets
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Paul's a good guy. I like
Paul's
it.
awesome.
Cast net.
Yep.
White, black, and green pumpkin are the best selling colors.
Mhm.
That is true.
So June bug, white, and black are my favorite bass fishing colors. I'll tell you this, a little known secret on Latham used to be June bug. I don't know if it was secret, but like on Latham, if you went over there with June bug, have you ever fished Latham?
A couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever went over there back in the day with June bug,
June bug with a ribbon tail.
oh
and
my
worm.
goodness, June bug would just tear them absolutely up. But I like June bug. I would imagine. How about this? You do any Ned rig fishing? I like throwing Ned rigs. So I'm
occasionally.
curious.
Occasionally, yeah. Yep. Not so much up here. More
You know why y'all
down
hate
south.
it? You ain't no good at it.
I've caught
That's why you
many
hate the
a
whopper
fish on
flopper.
one.
Huh?
That's why you hate the whopper flopper.
Because ain't no good at no, because it makes a
Exactly.
stupid sound.
No, throwing a
Nah,
Ned rig's
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Throwing a Ned
I
rig catches fish.
hate
I
a
know they
Ned
catch
rig
fish.
with a passion. I hate it.
Yeah.
It'll catch fish. I'll give it that.
Let's talk about on the river though. How good is it on the river?
Caught my PB on the river on Ned rig.
Absolutely.
Really?
Seriously.
I've always caught
And,
fish on the
and
river on bigger
spots,
stuff.
spots absolutely just tear up
Oh,
a
yeah.
Ned rig.
Yeah.
So if you're on a river with spots and you don't at least have one tied on, that's on you.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw it, but you ought to have Ned rig equals jig. Basically, same thing. It's finesse jig, stuff like
no.
that. You fish on the same. Yeah.
Ned rig does not
No.
equal jig.
It does.
Not even
No.
close.
You gonna throw that Ned rig in the nastiest tree you can find and get it out? No. You gonna get that fish out of that tree? No,
No.
because you're throwing it on 6 to 8 pound test.
Yeah, but when
It's
you're
gonna
throwing
break.
15 or 20 pound,
You gonna
Okay,
whip
hold
it
on a
out.
second. Hold on a second, big line guys. You telling me no guys fish jigs like finesse jigs, hair jigs, stuff
But
like
they're
that?
not
light
throwing
line?
them in the
yeah,
nastiest
but they're not
tree
throwing it.
tops you
Yeah,
can
they're not
find.
pulling it through a
So,
brush pile.
Chris Taylor,
and stuff
Ned
like
rig
that.
is for people that can't fish.
I will
Listen,
throw a Ned rig on a bed.
Chris is just all fired up tonight because
I like creature.
the other
Yeah.
Alabama team got to play last night and Auburn stayed home.
We
didn't So get to
play
he's-
no football.
Chris has all just been out of shape, but a
J-
lot of
Jerem-
money's been won on a Ned rig.
Jeremiah there's got a good one, Red Bug too.
How you gonna throw a
Fairy
Ned rig on a
one.
fairy one, but won't
Won't
toss
toss
a
a ball.
plopper? No, listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all want to know why?
Why?
Can I tell 'em,
Because
Josh?
of the sound it makes.
No,
No, because somebody threw
because
it
I watched
for a
Josh
year
through
straight.
that. I watched Josh throw that whopper plopper for a year straight, and bless his heart, he didn't have any luck with it.
I watched the guy.
It-
And I
happens.
mean,
It
seriously,
happens. I had a horrible year on a jig, but you know what? I pick up every tournament whenever I'm struggling. I pick a
Swim
jig
bait.
up.
I'm not throwing a
You may-
whopper plopper.
You may have a horrible year on your swim bait with your football head. You may have a horrible year one year, but what is your
Ooh,
go-to
look
bait
at
gonna
that.
be?
Look at that. I throw a weedless Ned rig on 15-pound braid with a 10-pound leader.
How is he
That's,
casted
that,
it?
that's no different than throwing it on an 8 pound leader.
So
No different.
Yeah, I do 10-pound braid.
I do.
I mean, you-
10 to 15
10
pound braid
pound.
all the way
By
to
the-
6.
I
8
throw
to 10.
finesse jigs on light line, and it will haul fish out of the brush piles with the right rod.
I don't know. I've had so many of them wrap me up in those trees, and if I wouldn't have had that 15 or 20 pound
To
line
get them out.
to get them out, yeah.
I've caught some good fish on a Ned rig. I'm just, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
I
not,
mean,
I'm
I,
not-
I have
too,
too,
but
and there's
I-
certain times a year where, I mean, I'll pick it up.
Like right now, y'all want to
Jeremy,
see
Right now, yes.
trout
Right
jigs
now,
are
this
similar.
time
I
of
throw
year, right now.
20-pound
I'll pick it up.
braid, 20-pound leader. 15-pound braid is 4-pound mono diameter on a spinning rod with medium light rod, maybe. So I mean, okay, listen.
You want a
So
secret?
still,
That
though, for
that's why I use a
river
heavy
fishing
action
numbers,
rod.
if you got spots in that river, I mean, Ned rig's a good alternative to go to, I would think.
Well, yeah. And it's shoal bass tear 'em up too.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
what we're talking about tonight, I don't see where, and I bet you catching a big old shoal bass on a ferry
Hand tackle
one
will be fun.
would be pretty fun in current.
It
Mhm.
would be fun.
You would have
I
to play
agree.
it.
Yep.
It's almost like catching a 8-pound spot or a 7-8 pound spot on a drop shot.
Well, I guess so, but I mean, on a drop shot, you can't. You got certain ways to present a drop shot, certain ways to present a Ned rig.
Yep.
And a bubble gum pink Ned rig will catch the heck out of some rainbow trout. I never thought about that.
I never thought about
About that.
Thought about picking one up to try to catch a trout with.
I've never even considered that 1 pound. So, all right, guys. So we've been going. It's
I like
what?
that one.
Yeah.
Josh, do you downsize in the river or do you stay full size?
Downsize as far as
Yeah,
lures
line
go,
size.
or
Yeah, line and lures.
I mean, no, not really. Normally full size. I'm throwing big half-inch or not half-inch, but half-ounce spinnerbaits.
Okay, you're throwing something to get down a little bit.
Yeah, you get down a little bit, and
So
then
you got to have that.
Yeah,
heavier
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
Especially if
It-
it's current.
Yeah,
Yep.
if there's current, you've got to have something to get you to the bottom where it's not.
Right.
If you think about it, you throw an ounce or a 16th ounce jig up there or
I like what Paul
Yep.
said.
anything
Yeah.
like that, it's just going to wash
Oh,
it
yeah.
right by you.
They are dumb.
That's true.
Yeah, stocker trout are dumb. They'll hit anything. So, that's true. So, all right, guys. So we've been going about 2 hours. I guess it's about time to end it. I stayed up late last night watching the the ball game.
Mhm.
Old man's tired. Blake's got to be at work at 5. He fished all day. He's tired, so he's got to go to
You
work.
gotta go sit around with the water plant.
Josh and I got to build stuff up in the office tomorrow. The store tomorrow, it is our office.
It's an office.
So, guys, too, listen. If any of you guys are in the area tomorrow, Josh and I will be here all day. Feel free if you see the trucks here on by, give us a hand. We're trying to build the stuff out, but
Yeah, they got a TV and they got Bassmasters going.
we got our
They got
70-inch
Bassmasters
TV
going?
in
We
upstairs.
got
We
Bassmasters going.
watched.
Better watch out on them rain days. I'll be sitting here all day.
Hey, listen,
Exactly.
seriously,
Bass
thank you
Lives
guys.
Exactly.
Get that popcorn machine rolling.
Ooh.
Hey, I cooked popcorn today. Yeah, too. So we have popcorn. I can fix you a cup of coffee or whatever. So, guys, just come on up and hang out. We enjoy talking to you as much then as we do now. If we can make millions of dollars doing this, we certainly will figure out a way to do it one day. What's your little
love to.
catchphrase? What the guys need to do?
All right, guys. Everybody like, subscribe, share, watch on Spotify and iTunes. Give us a like, give us a
on
follow,
Spotify
or
and iTunes.
listen to iTunes and Spotify. Like,
He's
share,
tired.
guys.
Watch
We're
on
growing. I
YouTube.
mean, last week we had almost 90 people, and
Yeah.
I think that episode's already like 600 or 700 people's already went back and watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's growing. We
appreciate it. We love it, guys. Keep
Absolutely.
sharing and everything. Help us grow. The bigger we get, the more we can start doing for everybody. So
That is true.
that's the plan.
We'll do that. And again, I want to thank 706 Lures. Mad Shark. Want to make sure I said that. I said Mad Shark, right? Is that what?
Yes.
Because Mad Shark. See, I always mess it up, just like Mason's phone number.
And anybody who's needing
What-
insurance,
Yeah.
What is that phone number?
Mad Sharks or
No,
Mason's?
take that hat away.
Yeah. 0017. And seriously, guys, listen. Real quick for those of you that left, seriously, the insurance thing. I appreciate Cassidy, State Farm for coming on board and never talked to anybody about insuring a fishing rod till tonight.
Freaking turd.
Contests,
A turd,
sales,
yes.
charity
Any
stuff to remember.
contest sales or charity stuff to remember? Well, we have the Paul's awesome. Give me just a second
Paul, we're still doing the
Yep.
brain
Brain
tumor,
tumor.
and we are
for one more week
for one more week, and we're still doing the raffle tickets until
till the 30th of January.
So that's the AR raffle.
So
What
absolutely, yeah.
What about
So
any tournaments that are coming up?
Electric Elite.
I know the
this
Electric
Saturday.
Elites this Saturday.
I don't
You
know.
got
You got
BFLs.
BFLs. I don't know.
I mean, ours isn't until the end of February.
Theirs is his is February,
Yeah, February 20th.
February 20th, and that's for
Ours
who?
is-
GAKFL.
GAKFL. Or that's it. GAKFL.
GAKFL.
Well, I know
Um,
there's one on the 6th at Carter's. Is an ABA.
Is an ABA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll start. Maybe Thursday night. I'll have a better list of stuff
Yeah.
like that. So,
Start
but
working
again,
you up a list.
Huh?
I'll start working you up a list.
absolutely. So Chase Epley. Did I say that? It's Epley? Chase Epley. I appreciate you and again Cassidy State Farm. Give Chase a call at 678-779-7269. We appreciate them coming aboard and we look
for
forward
all
to
your insurance needs.
all
too.
your
everything.
insurance needs. Yeah, so they cover everything. So we appreciate that they are on board with us. So again, we will see you this coming up Thursday night. The boys from Backwoods Fishing will be here. Stripers, Carter's Lake,
And you got Brian coming for Lanier.
Brian for Lanier. So we hope you guys will enjoy the rest of your evening. Go get you some rest. Have a good Wednesday. We'll see you back here Thursday. And again, if y'all are in the neighborhood tomorrow, come see us. So appreciate you guys.
See y'all later.
Matt Milton.